Which one's 10? Which one's 5?
Yeah. Come on.
Fill me out on your seller.
So this is one of you listened to the recording yesterday.
Yeah.
260 purchase price. As long as 260 is like justifiable, it's a good deal. Jeff saw us underwrite it, but it's 260, 0%, 30-year AM. He wants a 5-year balloon because he's like 80 something. But obviously we would like a longer balloon.
0% down or 0% interest?
0 interest, 10% down.
Okay, and it's here in Arizona?
Yeah. 26 grand.
Is it currently rented right now?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, you
I'd say
have tenants in there right now.
10 years. They've been there for 10 years. They paid $760 a month, and the rent rate's like $1,500, $1,600. Okay, he hasn't raised rent in 10 years. So I'm like, you're not hurting for money. He's like,
Yeah.
just let us take over, and you don't have to worry about being a landlord anymore. He's asking 230 cash.
230 cash?
Yeah, 230 cash or 260 carry.
All right.
I was like, 230 is not gonna work though.
He's the Asian seller, right?
Yes.
All right. Yo, guys, welcome to a little bit of sales training for my internal team. We got about 150 people watching live. We got a office full of people. Who's got leads for me to call?
Everybody.
I know Anise does. Ryan does not. You guys do.
Got one.
Who's getting the first deal of the day?
Me.
I kind of don't want to close your first deal for you.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's get going. Okay. Tino,
Yeah.
Mr. Wang, right?
Yes.
Does
Chingy.
he mind if I call him Wong?
I called him Mr. Wang yesterday because I didn't want to say his first name wrong.
Okay.
Hey, you're gonna start out with fireworks, man. Closing it, you just
It's a 0% interest deal, right?
0%. Yeah.
Okay, you guys have to be quiet.
We never even talked about it.
Hey, you guys, everybody that I'm calling leads for, you need to make sure you text or communicate with your sellers that I will be calling from my 480 number. Is everybody aware that the seller, I'm calling sellers?
Please leave your message for.
He doesn't call on it too, so he might not answer your.
It's at 2. It's 2 exactly right now. It's calling 1 minute early. Bye, Anna. Thanks for lunch.
Thank you. Okay, the numbers are too close to
That's what you say, right?
Yeah. You can't wrap it.
I mean, you could.
If they were like month to month.
We don't require wraps. We just vote.
Mr. Wang, you're
So
the
it's
next
just
one.
like on a long-term lease, that's not something you can do.
We can structure it, but I'm not gonna.
Bro, are you trying not to earn a chunk of money today or what?
Doug, who's ready to go? I'm gonna go call him for my number.
Yeah, call him from your number.
Oh, by the way, for the first one, Mike, don't call him base.
Nick,
Don't call Michael.
Michelle, or Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Mitchell Braun? That sounds like a freaking movie star's name, dude.
Yeah.
Shoot. All right.
He's pretty sharp.
Tell me the story.
So it's a month-to-month rental, and the tenants are family members. So he just doesn't want to have the rental. He just doesn't really care about it.
Okay.
He wants to sell, but he wants retail. Let's see. He talked to Rudy first, said he was open to terms, changed his mind. Then I talked to him about subject to, and then he changed his mind again.
So he's on board for terms?
Yeah, I mean, he's still open to it. He just wants someone to explain it.
Okay.
He keeps changing his mind on me.
No problem. Do you know what his balance is on his mortgage? You haven't got that?
155. He's asking 220.
Got it, okay.
Hello,
Hey, is this Mitchell?
this is Mitch. Yeah,
Hey, Mitch, this is Pace. I work with Nick. You guys were having a conversation about your house.
Yeah.
He told you I was going to call you today?
Yeah.
Awesome. I looked at your name. I was like, is this guy a movie star? He's got like the name of a movie star, Mitchell Braun. That's a freaking cool
Really?
name.
I've never heard anybody say that. I definitely don't have the looks of a movie.
I love it.
So thanks for the semi-compliment.
Of course, yeah. So Nick was giving me a little bit of history on the house on Crescent. You want to fill me in a little bit? You guys have like family members and they're renting it month to month?
Yeah, I got, the house is rented out to my sister, her daughter, her granddaughter, and her great-granddaughter.
Oh my gosh, what would happen if I bought the house? What would they do? Where would they go?
Well, if you raise the rent, they'll have to pay it.
Got it. Okay. Are they in a position you think they could do that?
Pardon me?
Do you think they're in a position they could do that?
I don't see why not. They sure as heck aren't going to find anything better.
Yeah. Okay.
It depends on how much it gets raised. If it gets raised a lot, then you'll get somebody else in there, because we never have a problem renting it, because we have all the people from the guild that are stationed there for 2 or 3 years, and they come in and they rent houses in our subdivision.
Awesome.
Nothing ever sits empty very long as a rental.
How far did you and Nick get into the conversation about creative terms?
Well, the first conversation he was talking about, I continue with the mortgage and you guys give me some money and then you make the payments. And I went, no, I'm not comfortable with that. At first, I started thinking about it, but, and this is nothing against you guys, but if you're as big and strong as they make it sound, as Nick and I guess the other fellow that originally talked to me, if you guys are that strong, you should be able to just go get the mortgage yourself. Because to me, if I'm holding the mortgage and you're getting the deed, that sounds like a wraparound, and not every mortgage company accepts that. So
it is a wrap. It would exactly be a wraparound, and that is correct. And the challenge is we own a little over 120 properties, and our ability to go and secure a loan has gone away a long time ago. Our ability to use our own personal names. I've used my name, my wife's name, I've used family members' names to go secure loans. Now we're at a,
no, I know that.
you know the drill.
Game,
Yeah. So the bigger you get, the harder it is to get loans. And then when you start getting loans from like a commercial lender, you start getting loans at like the 7% rate, and then it just doesn't pencil. So the smart way to do it is the way that we've basically accumulated the last 100 doors is through creative terms. So whether it's a wraparound, I mean, you've got equity in your deal, so yours would be a wraparound, but most of the people we're buying houses from don't really have a lot of equity, so they're just happy to hand the mortgage over to us. Do you guys get bad reception?
Hello?
Sorry, I must have bad reception.
Well, no, I'm up in the mountains, so I may lose you.
Oh,
If
okay,
I do,
cool.
I'll call you back. But,
Cool.
I'll be back. I'm at my daughter's in North Carolina right now. I'm on the way back to the house. So if I lose you on one of these windy mountain roads.
Yeah, no worries. You can call us back.
Yeah, it'll be about 15 minutes if I lose you at the most. So
Okay, no problem.
anyway, so let me run it by the CPA and the attorney, because my biggest concern is I've depreciated the house, as you do with rental property.
Always.
Obviously, you know that.
Yep.
And that's reduced my cost basis way down to where I get hit with about a $26,000 long-term capital gain. Now, Nick was claiming that by doing this deal where the mortgage stays in my name and you guys pay me and all this, that I'm not going to be taxed all at once, which if that's true, I'm going to be taxed as ordinary income, which would put me in an even higher rate than the long-term capital gains would be.
Well, the cool thing about
So-
the way you construct, and this is what I would bring up to your CPA, is you can structure this seller finance deal, because that's essentially what you're doing is you're seller financing your equity to us on the wraparound. You can structure that in a way that you can 1031 that money, even though you don't receive it all in one lump sum. All of that can be carried forward. So you don't have that depreciation recapture that you're worried about. And you also don't have those long-term.
Well, only if I buy another property to you and show it as a rental. I
Correct.
got to roll the money over into another property, which I'm not really thinking of doing.
Got
I'm
it.
thinking of putting it into expanding our holdings in North Carolina.
What are you guys doing there?
Going into a rental. Well, my daughter and her husband live up here, and because that's where I'm at now. They live in North Carolina, and we're looking for a bigger house. So yeah, there's ways to take that money and roll it over into a new house, have it in my name, show it as rental in the very beginning, and then quit claim or do whatever and move it over to my daughter or her husband down the road. So yeah, there's different ways to finagle that.
Are you wanting to buy, are you buying a home to live in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But the problem is it'll be their primary home,
Right.
because I still have my primary residence is around the corner from the rental house in the same subdivision in Brandon, Florida.
100%. So why don't we do this? Call your CPA and reach back out to us once you guys have had that conversation of how to structure the deal.
Send me something in writing outlining exactly what you're looking at, what you're offering for the house, and let me run it by them and they can tell me exactly what my exact ramifications will be, and then we'll go from there. And I mean, if they're comfortable with it, I trust their judgment. I'd be comfortable with it. So
this is where I'll be a little bit different than probably what you're used to. On a cash offer, I'd give you an offer all day long. But on a terms offer, I'm hesitant to give you an offer. And the reason for that is because it's like me walking into Bank of America or Chase or Wells Fargo and trying to dictate terms. If you're going to be my bank, you've got to tell me what will work for you, right? Because I've got to walk into your bank and say, hey, this is the bank of Mitch. I've got to see what kind of terms you're willing to put forth. And that starts with you. It doesn't start with me. I can't dictate terms to you. You're the bank.
yeah, but I'm a very flexible banker.
Oh, okay. Well, you're the first one I've met, but let's do business together. I love it.
Well, I'm pretty easy to get along with as long as I feel like I'm getting enough for my house. The biggest thought in my mind, though, is that I'm holding the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
For all intents and purposes, I'm holding the mortgage. You guys really don't have a lot at risk. I mean, I'd have to have at least 20 to 25,000 down.
Okay.
But that's basically your risk. All right. And yet, because you now are the owners, you're getting all the appreciation in the property. Yet I'm still the one at risk on the mortgage. So, that's why I want something that my.
Yeah. You still there, Mitch? He's in the mountains. Do a reach out. He's a deal for sure. But he's got to, essentially what he's got to do is reach out. So do you guys hear that? Like when somebody says, give me an offer on creative terms, what do you say?
Usually starts with you, yeah.
Yeah, it starts with you. You're the bank, right? I'm not going to I don't walk into Bank of America and say, this is what I'm willing to give you for one of your loans. If the seller is seller financing you, you treat them like the bank. So you have them throw that offer out, right? And it's another crafty way of not having to come up with an offer, right? Because then you're getting them to give you their number, right?
Yeah.
So for him, the thing that I would probably have him do is, Nick, I would have reach out to him and put him in touch with my CPA and just say, hey, this is something we do all the time. Let us know how you'd want us to structure it.
You can call Changi.
Is he ready?
Yeah.
You trying to get that $1,000?
Yeah, no.
Mr. Long Wayne? Is that his first name?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I call him that? How much will you give me if I do?
$1,000.
$1,000?
400.
Hi, this is Jimmy.
Hey, Chengdi, this is Pace. How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm awesome. Tina was telling me about the conversation you guys had the other day, and I wanted to see what we can do to catch me up to speed and let me know what's going on.
Actually, he gave me two options. Either sell it by cash offer or do something like take the money later, like 5 years later.
Right.
And just to take the interest in these 5 years.
Which one do you like better?
Both works for me.
Okay.
I'm going to see just to see which price is good.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the long-term one first. Because I personally, if I was your best friend, I would tell you to go that route just because you get paid more. Right? I mean, you're getting more money going that route.
Okay.
What was the price you and Tino talked about again?
For the long term, we were talking about 26 to 260 to 270. But for the cash offer, we were talking about 230.
Yeah, my question, if I was your best buddy and we were playing around a golf, I would ask you, why aren't you going with the 260? Why would you want the 230?
Yes, that's right. So if I do the 230, then actually I want to just buy something else than use that amount of money.
Do you want to buy something from me?
From you?
Yeah, we have a lot of properties. What are you looking for?
Yeah, it is possible. But if I do the 260 one, then I wait for 5 years.
Yeah, I think that, again, like if I was your best friend, I would be suggesting to go that route. And the reason for that is because what happens, we're kind of at the top of the market, right? We've gone 12 solid years on real estate. So for you get the highest price available. And then what happens in 2021 or 2022 if we have a market correction, right? It's probably a better time for you to buy in 3 or 4 years when the market corrects.
Yeah, but I just don't want to make this trouble to you. But why do you want to do that? That is a higher price.
Why do I want to do that? Because Mr. Wang, the bank of Mr. Wang is willing to finance me. That's why I want to do that.
So you think after 5 years, maybe the price will go higher?
No, I think that I'll pay down the loan quite a bit.
Okay. So either way, I can do it.
Okay. I don't know that 230 is a good number for us anyway, to be honest. That's why I'm pushing you to the 260, because I don't think the 230 actually works for us.
You mean the cash offer?
Yeah, the challenge with the cash offer is that, you know this, Mr. Wang, if I go do a fix and flip on the property, I got real estate agents and closing costs and all sorts of garbage that I got to pay for. And so in order for you to buy a house on cash, you got to buy it really, really cheap. And I don't think that's the route you want to go. Right?
No, because right now, I don't want to do that one.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that one either.
Go too low. But, if the cash offer is about 230, I said it's fine.
What would be your lowest number on a cash offer?
Just like that.
230. Okay, yeah. Cash offers are not going to work for us. Why don't we just do the 260 and get going on the deal?
That is also right. That is also a good good option. So if we go that way, which means what? Can we clear it after 5 years? Is that right?
Yep, we cleared after 5.
Okay. That is like a balloon thing, I think.
That's exactly what it is. So we base the payment on a 30-year payment, but then we refinance or resell it after 5 years.
All right. This is also a good suggestion.
Okay.
If we go that way,
Do you have a tenant in the property right now, or do you live in the property?
right now I have a tenant living inside.
Okay, for how much longer?
Actually, the lease already expired. That was 10 years ago. He signed a lease with me for 1 year.
Wow, you're like the nicest landlord I've ever met.
Then we did not really do anything after a year, so they just pay month by month.
Got it. Okay, so he's been paying month to month for 110 months.
If I sell this house, they may move. They may move out.
Yeah, have you raised the rent in 10 years or no?
I did not raise anything, so this is why they think they told me, they thanked me many times, saying make the rental better than buying.
How much are they paying you right now?
They pay me 800.
Okay, so if I kept paying you $800 a month, and you didn't have to worry about the sales tax I'm sorry, not the sales tax, but the property tax and the insurance and all that kind of stuff, would that work for you?
That works for me.
Okay, let's get going on it. What's the next step? Do you want me to have Rochelle, my transaction coordinator, call you and get going on the paperwork?
So next, it will be.
We open escrow.
Yeah, then we see the details for calculation.
Right. So we'll send over. I'll have Rochelle send all that stuff over to you.
To me.
Yep, to you. Does Tino have your email address?
He has my email address.
Okay, I see it right here. It says nicestlandlord@gmail.com.
What is my email?
I never mind. I got it wrong. Do you have the email, Tino? Yeah. Tino says he has your email, Mr. Wang.
Oh, my email is wy10002001 at yahoo.ca.
Got it. Okay, we got it.
Oh, but remember, it's a .ca, not .com.
Got it. You're up in Canada.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Sounds great. I'll have Rochelle reach out to you and we'll get going on it.
All right, but I need to see the terms.
Yep. Rochelle will send you the whole thing so you can read through it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Tino says you have another house that you want to sell me. And he said you'll rent it to me for 10 years without a rate increase on the rent.
Yeah, another one. That one was in Tempe.
Okay, it's in Tempe. That's where our office is. How can I buy that one too?
Yeah.
I want to buy that one too. How do I buy that?
Okay. Let's first do this one.
Okay, what's the story with the other one so I can put it on my board? Is it vacant or do you have a tenant in that one too?
Just like this, exactly the same.
Wow. Have you raised the rent on that person in 10 years?
I did not.
Wow. Okay. Sounds great. Let's get going on it. Let's get going on deal number 1. I'll get the paperwork over to you so you can review it. If you have any questions, let us know. And then when do you want to, if all the terms look good, when do you want to close escrow? You thinking like 2 or 3 weeks, or are you thinking 2 or 3 months?
Anytime.
All right. We'll do it for 2 weeks. Okay. And then after the 2 weeks, we'll reach back out to you and we'll start working on the second deal.
Yes.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you, Mr. Wang.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Hi, boy.
Next call.
Kill him.
Stefan,
Sir.
Jonathan Asansao. Oh, I think I tried to.
Yeah, I tried calling him last time.
I just was like assuming the sale, right? So like just kind of pushing the needle forward, like not like forcing the sale, but like pushing the needle forward. Like, okay, cool, let's just get this started. I probably could have said it yesterday and closed it. You heard the call.
Your call was great, but you weren't making any Asian jokes and you weren't making any other jokes, so you're missing out on the whole thing. Okay, so Jonathan, I remember you tried to have me call him the other day.
Yeah, he wasn't answering. I texted him. He's expecting your call. ARV is like 190. I think we need to be at 105, 110. He's at 120.
Okay.
There's a 10 in there on the lease.
4653. Is he weird?
No, I think he's an investor. Might be a joke.
Okay, yeah.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jonathan?
Yes,
Hey, Jonathan, this is Pace. Did Stefan tell you I was going to call?
yes.
Awesome, man. So catch me up to speed. What was your guys' last conversation?
That's a great question, man.
You probably have like 100 people reaching out to you, huh?
105, 110 a day.
Dude, it's crazy right now, huh?
Yeah, it's nuts.
What do? Do you just primarily just ignore them for the most part?
I mean, some I answer, some I don't. It's a little hectic, man. To be honest with you, I don't want to really deal with it.
I'm the same way. It depends on whether I've had a Snickers bar or not. If I've had a Snickers bar, I'll answer the phone. But if not, I'm pretty hangry and I don't pick up the phone. But we get blown up too. All of our rental properties, it's like 200, 300 calls a day.
Yeah.
So on 26th Ave, what are you hoping to do? Are you wanting to sell it, or did we just like abruptly jump into your world and kind of forcing you to think about it?
No, I'm gonna sell it.
Got it. Okay. Where you, he said something about you were around 120 on your price.
Yep. When the closing costs paid for. Yeah.
Got it. So you've probably been getting offers from other investors in like the $95,000-$100,000 range.
I get it about 110.
110.
That's about where it's at right now.
Got it. Okay. So
Only when I answer.
got it. So for us, I think I look at the numbers, and you know this because you're an investor as well. You know, like the numbers are the numbers, right? So somebody that would buy it at 120, there's a possibility that they'd probably end up losing a little bit of money. Not guaranteed, but you never know. Things happen on a renovation or a fix and flip, whatever. I think we'd be probably in that same realm. Have you sent it out to any like groups of investors to see what kind of numbers you could get back out of it?
I have never put it up for sale. I've never told anybody about it. I just get 100 phone calls a day, and basically, if I don't, my bottom number is 118.5. If I don't get 118.5 in my pocket, then I'm just going to
Keep it.
not renew the lease, and I'm going to put the money in it, and then I'm just going to sell it, flip it.
Got it. Okay. So you've got, how long is the lease?
The lease ends in about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Got it. Okay. So that's kind of perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's my thought. I don't think 118.5 works for us, but I think a good idea for us in that area, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to have an opportunity to send it out to a handful of my investor buddies and see if somebody would come up to your 120 number. And the way I get paid in that situation is if I find a deal for one of those guys, maybe it's too high for me, but might work for them. You never know. If they buy the deal, they end up paying me like $500 and a sushi dinner.
Okay.
Do you want to give me an opportunity to send it out? Give me 5 or 6 days?
Don't send out my number, man. I do not want more people.
No, they would call me. I'm not gonna send them directly to you. Otherwise, I cheat myself out on a sushi dinner.
Yeah, I mean, let them know that they have a very short amount of time before
yeah, like I said, it comes down, if I don't get off of this in probably the next week and a half, I'm just going to, once the lease ends, they're gone, and I'm just going to put in the work that it needs and just sell it. I mean, it's tile floors in a concrete home, you know?
Right. Yeah. And it's top of the market. It's the right time to do it.
Yeah. So that's probably what I'm just going to do.
So tell me this, if I send it out, I don't know, did Stefan get photos or anything from you, or we don't have photos?
I don't even know. I don't think so.
Maybe we'll just pull whatever you have on Zillow off, but let's say we send it out. I send it out to 50 of my buddies and somebody comes back with an offer at 115. The answer is no. I should tell them to kick rocks.
I mean, I guess we'll have to see what happens. I mean,
got it. Okay. Well, I guess the first step is just to send it out and see what comes back, and I'll give you a call and I'll say, hey,
I just don't understand. I don't understand why you guys wouldn't buy it. I mean, if you put 15 grand in it, that you know, which you get your guys in there with the right crew, probably get it done cheaper, get it done, put it together, sell it. I mean, there's homes that are being torn down and put together up every day over there. There's people constantly dropping shit off to buy the home, and I get hunted down every day to sell the home. I don't understand. I mean, I've seen there's comps in there for 165, 175, 180, and it's a big corner lot, you know, 4 bedrooms. I mean, I don't see.
Well, I can tell.
Apparently, this crazy ass market right now. I don't understand why somebody's not going to want to put 35 grand in their pocket after they put a little bit of work in it.
Well, the challenge for us is, although
I collect $1,450 a month out of that property. If you do the math.
Yeah, it's a great return.
I've collected $1,450 for the last 3 years, two and a half years, and I don't know. The numbers make sense.
I can tell you from ours, like if you go to my Instagram right now, you'd see me, like the projects I walked through this morning. I think you know this on like the construction side. Even if I penciled in 25,000, it always turns out to be 35,000. And every time I think I'm going to have it sold for 165, it sells for 159. So for us,
this market when everything's going over.
I'm giving you an example. That's all. Right.
But then why don't you rent it out then? I mean, even if you're in it 160, whatever, let's say you're in it $150,000 and you're collecting $1,450 a month, which if you do put in the money, you probably get more than that. So let's say you're collecting $1,500 a month. If you look at your return on investment, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the 1% mark, right, for the rental rate. So you're hitting the checkbox. It sounds awesome. But for us, we primarily buy all of our houses on seller finance, where we don't have to go out and get loans. We're not putting down 25, 35% down on the payments. For us to be all in on a 160 property, let's say, I'm going to have to sink in a down payment to a lender. I'm going to have to pay for the renovation. And even if I refinance it out 6 months later, I still got $40,000 in cash tied up on that property, right? And then let's say my payment is $1,100 plus I've got the 40 grand in there. My cash on cash return is really not that good.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, you know?
Yeah, for us, like right before I talked to you, I bought a house from a seller. I paid full retail. Like for me, I don't care so much about the purchase price. I care about what's my cash on cash return. So the seller sold it to me at full retail, but he's giving me terms where I'm putting 10% down. I'm taking over a cash flowing tenant. So I'm into that thing 20 grand and I'm cash flowing versus, you know, and I don't have to go get a loan and I don't have to do a renovation. So those properties I typically will do buy and holds on, but the properties like yours where a creative finance deal is not really an option because you want to just get out from underneath that. Like you want to sell that off, get rid of the loan, move on to another property. We haven't even approached you for something like that because I don't think it fits. So for you, the only thing that really fits in that world, what would you say retail is from your standpoint? You think it's like 169?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have here in Phoenix where I actually live. In Phoenix, my wife is my agent, so I don't have to pay the listing side, but I still have to pay the buyer's agent. I got to pay the closing costs. And at that price point, you got concessions and Benzers and all sorts of other things. So even if I sold it at 169, I'm probably paying $10,000 in commission. So I'm at 159, take out a $30,000 reno. So I'm at 129. I buy it from you at 120, pay for closing costs. I make $6,000. That's if everything works out perfect. I make $6,000. I could make more than that working at Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why the number just doesn't work at 118. However, that doesn't mean one of my buddies doesn't look at that and completely agree with you, where they say, yeah, you know what? For me, the cash on cash return works, whereas the cash on cash doesn't work for Pace, which is my name. So that's why I'm saying, hey, why don't you let me send it out to my buddies, see what comes out of it. If nothing comes out of it, no harm, no foul, but I know I can't touch that number.
Gotcha. All
So-
right, no worries.
So you want to have Stefan send it out and see what we get back?
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, just don't put my number on
We
there.
won't. We'll have the contact info, us, and then these are all investors. So we're not sending it out to the market. We're not sending it out to the MLS. We're literally just sending it out to our own buddies that we network with, like real estate investment clubs and stuff like that. What they'll do is they'll reach out to us, and in the post that we make in the email, we'll say tenants in the property do not disturb. They're not going to go over there. These are all professionals. And we'll just say highest and best offer. And then when we get those offers, we'll send them over to you. And if somebody comes in at your number, we'll make sure they pay us, whatever that is, $500. And then if they come in under your price, we'll come back to you and say, hey, I got an offer at 114. What do you want to do?
There you go. Where were you at on the property you said?
I don't know. All I know is that Jeff, who does all our underwriting in the company, said we can't touch the price. That's all I saw.
Gotcha. Okay.
So give us we'll send it out. Give us 5 or 6 days, and we'll get back to you and see what kind of stuff we get back.
You got it.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks. Bye.
See ya. What did you guys learn from that call?
You gave him multiple different options.
Number one, I never gave him my price.
Yeah.
Okay, never once.
Kind of tried to entice him with the seller finance without enticing him.
Yep.
Like dangled it, like, well, this probably wouldn't work for you. But
Shut him down before.
Right, and then he was cutting me off a little bit, right? Because that means he's a red personality. So I let him talk until he was gassed out, and then he gave me the ability to talk. And then he's also saying, well, you're gonna make 35 grand on this deal. So then when I walked him through it and I go, I'm gonna make 6 grand. So that's why it doesn't work. He goes, oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
So essentially this is why follow-up is so important, because here's the most important pieces of information I got were 3 things. I got 3 pieces of information that are good for me for second, third, and fourth call. What are those 3 pieces of information? Number 1, his real number is not 120. Okay. Number 2, his real number is not 118.5. Right? You see how I did that?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people know how to, that's how you negotiate. You don't negotiate by just saying, it doesn't work for me. I completely pulled away. I'm not even a buyer for him at this point. So then I come in and I go, so what if one of my buddies offers 115? Should I tell him to pound sand? You see that?
Yeah.
So when you have a seller that's too far off on the price, people say, well, how do you negotiate? How do you negotiate? How do you negotiate? That's how you do it. I can't do that, but I can send it out to other professionals, and they might have a different set of whatever. But for me, I buy most of my rentals on Creative Finance, so it's not a good cash on cash return for me. He knows that. Yeah, okay, you got high rents for a low purchase price. I get that, but I just bought Mr. Wang's house for 0% interest. What's the return on that? Right? So you just that part is just straight logic. Right?
Yeah.
So you can option him. I wouldn't even send an option contract. Okay. So what would I do in this situation? He's too hot-headed, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But what's so funny is he's committed to this thought process of, I'm going to get this number, else I'm going to do the renovation myself. No, you're not. That's things red personalities tell themselves.
Well, you just broke it down for him too, so not really gonna. He
No.
sees the numbers.
He ain't going to make any more money
Yeah.
going that route. So what is our number? 110?
Yeah, 105, 110.
Okay, so if you're at 110, what could you wholesale for? 120?
I'm not quite quite sure.
The ARV, actually his ARV is off too.
110, he can wholesale for 125.
Yeah.
So Jeff must see something at 180, 190.
Okay.
He said it was a 190. ARV was 190.
Okay, so what I would do is I would have Nick send that out if that's the case. And I would see if we can get a buyer says, yeah, I'm down, right? If you get a buyer and you go to him, you go, hey, I'm at 115, he'll take 115 all day long. Right?
Yeah.
Close quickly.
But you need to, my thing is you have 5 or 6 days to send this out. He's not entertaining anybody else right now but us. We're the only legitimate people that have even given him any other option and even had a conversation about, hey, let me send this out to my buddies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So maybe what you should, here's what I would do. Call Rochelle, Jeff, Nick, and I have your laptop, so that doesn't work out so great for you.
I can do it on my phone.
But I would get his email and just say, hey, in order for us to send it out, we don't want to send it out with permission. This gives us permission to send this out. And we're going to send the price out at $220 or $120, and the buyer pays us. Okay. And then have him do it for 5 days, have Jeff work on the dispo. And now we have an option contract at 120. If we find a buyer at 125, we've made $5,000. Then what I would do at 120 is I would go to him and say, hey, we're getting offers in the 115 range. Where do you want to be? Does that make sense?
Pretty good. Nice. Is that why you tangled that hybrid or like the creative option? Because kind of tested his ego a little bit, like a red personality. Like you say, hey, this is not a good fit for me.
Yep.
He may just be like, no, fuck you. I want to do that.
That's why I was like, nah, I already know it's not good. It's not. I didn't even bring it up. I already knew it wasn't a good fit for you.
Yeah.
Did you send? And also, we need to send the contract. We need to have Rochelle send the contract to Long Wing. Next call. Nick, your code of 6969 is no longer working on this.
All right, check out the timeout thing. So this am I up there next? So this is
Stefan, bro, just packing in these calls.
So these are the photos he sent.
Is anybody on this StreamYard getting any value? You guys want to watch the putting competition going on? Okay, what's the story? This is the guy with the weird renovation.
Yeah, he's got all the pictures here. The notes are in there. He thinks it's worth 360, but Jeff says it's worth 310. So we don't even have
Like as is,
price.
or that's the
310
ARV.
ARV. Yeah, he thinks the ARV is like 360.
Okay. So we've got about 420 people watching live. Hopefully you guys are getting some value here. All right, Stefan's got a call for me. So, what? So everybody in here that's dealing with the wholesale stuff, primarily you, because I don't know where Bryce went. So when you're that, you guys know this, like the option contract, did you get an option contract the other day? Okay. Then I don't need to tell you. You're on it.
We'll tell everybody else.
I feel like Ryan Chase has reached his limit of value for the week. He's tapped out. Okay, so Stefan, you've got this guy, Charles Standish. This is a quirky dude, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he health issues. He started the flip, stalled, and said he's been sick. definitely next.
Hello, this is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, it's Pace. How you doing?
Who?
Pace, I'm Stefan's boss.
Okay.
Stefan's the guy that's been chatting with you about the house.
Yeah. Yep, I've been talking to him about the house a couple times, and I've sent him a bunch of pictures today on his cell phone.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
I was just on the phone with another investor that was he kept him hawing around. I said, well, I got this other guy on the line that I've been talking to for a couple weeks. And Stefan called me actually about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And hang on, I'm putting you on my phone on the charger, because I'm about to die, and I'm you on speaker. So there we go. You still got me?
I got you.
Okay.
So I'm curious. You've got a flip going, essentially. You got sick, so you're wanting to essentially get out of that situation, right?
Yep.
Do you have a loan on it right now, like a hard money loan?
Yeah, I do.
Would you carry that hard money loan and just let me finish off the project?
What now?
So you've got a hard money loan right now, right?
Yep.
So you probably pay.
I took out a hard money loan on this house.
Right.
And to finish the project.
Got
And
it.
I've got a bunch of building materials. I've got 2 rooms and a bathroom done that you can see. I didn't show you the materials in the garage, but I've got 4 pallets of tile to finish that matches the 2 tile in the 2 bedrooms to finish the entire house. I've got all the lumber and the drywall, the green board for the master bathroom that has to be completed, the floor, the shower fan. I've got everything to complete the master bathroom except the sink, because I was going to put a different setup in there. I've got a new toilet and everything for it. But I've got all new kitchen appliances, refrigerator, range, dishwasher, microwave. The microwave is a convection oven with the exhaust fan. I've got all the tile for the backsplash on the kitchen.
Got it.
I have not purchased the cabinets yet. I was holding off on them. I've even got the glass shower door for the enclosure. What I did do that you saw is there where that bathtub is in the master that's being redone. That's a brand new jetted jacuzzi bathtub that I put in there. That was a closet, and the closet always it was a walk-in closet, and it always got like mildew in there. I had a problem with that, so I just ripped the closet out and put a bathtub in there. And at the other side, the wall that has all the building materials leaning against it, that's where the walk-in closet is going there into the next room. That front room that I sent pictures of, the front room, I'm turning that into an actual 4th bedroom. This would be a 4-2 instead of a 3-2.
Got it.
Now, when I listed it, see, before I listed it about a little over a month ago for 3 days. And I was kind of just testing the water, and the realtor was a friend of mine, but I wasn't real happy with what he was doing with me. So I took it off after 3 days. I mean, I could have sold it the first day, but I didn't like the offer. And anyway, what I was asking for when I put it on there, I put it on there at $280. Well, it was before it went on there. Zillow had it at $303 for 6 months. Well, now that I had it on there for $280, Zillow dropped it down to $280.
Okay.
So, I mean, a reasonable offer. If somebody were to give me a reasonable offer, and where my asking price was $280, but if they come in with a reasonable offer, I'll let it go. And I know if this house was completed,
I'd get 360 for it all day long.
Okay.
Within a week, it would sell.
What about a partnership?
What do you mean a partnership?
Well, you've already paid a lender probably your points up front and your funding fees, and you paid closing costs and all that stuff. What's the point of me paying all that all over again just to take it off your hands? Why not let me come in and finish off the renovation?
Well, I know what I would pay for the renovation to finish it. And I've already got a subcontractor, a guy that will redo the pool and the deck. Now, he'll do it for $5,000. And I know the guy. We grew up at the same time, and he went to one school and I went to another, and we played football against each other, and I knew him from there and he knew me.
Did you kick his ass or what?
No. Them guys, they whooped our asses. They kicked our ass. They were some big guys.
I love it.
I mean, I'm just saying, I knew this guy back then, and I knew his reputation, and he knew me. And it was kind of strange how we came together. Again, I'm 62 years old. He's a year older than me. And it's kind of funny. I mean, he knew a lot of guys that I went to school with back in the 70s, in the early 70s, mid-70s, early 70s, when they first integrated the school systems here. And his friends, some of the guys that I used to run around with, black guys, he was friends with his neighborhood. They were just in a different school district. So we knew a lot of the same people and stuff. So it was kind of a neat deal. But anyway, I've seen his work. He did the pool down the street from mine on one way. He did the deck on another house on the pool down the other way, a block over the other way, or a half a block over.
So is the only thing keeping you from finishing it just capital, or what's keeping you from finishing it?
Money.
So it's not that you want to sell it, it's that you need money.
Well, I do want to sell it, but I'd rather get the higher price for it, because I mean, I'm sitting here walking away and losing. I mean, I've lived in the house 25 years. I've owned it. You see, that's another deal. I've owned it, and it's been in my name for 5 years. But I've lived in this house almost 26 years.
Got it. So why don't I just bring the money to the table?
Well, if you want to come in and bring the money to the table as far as finishing the house off, we can get it done in 30 to 40 days, by 30 days.
Okay.
What would you need because I know what it's going to cost to finish it. I mean, I've got $2,000 worth of paint sitting out there. I've got 25 gallons of that paint, that texture coating paint that I sent him a picture of. It's a 2-part epoxy paint that I sent Stefan a picture of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of building materials to finish this house, but $25,000 at my cost would be what I need to finish this house.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you need to sell this. It sounds like you need a guy like me to come in as a lender and just finish the project off.
Well, you want to pay off my $70,000 hard money loan, give me enough money to finish the project, and then when I sell it, I'll be able to pay off that hard money loan, and you get I paid him up front, and it's 10% is what my interest rate on that month. My monthly nut is 10% on that $70,000.
Is there a balloon on it? Like, is he wanting you to get the money back to him, or can you carry that through the renovation? Why would I want to give him $70,000?
Most lenders would want to pay off that first hard money loan before they put money into it.
Well, I'm not most lenders.
Well, I have until May of 2021 to pay that off.
Well, the market will crash by that point. Let's get that thing sold before that.
I'd like to get some of it sold before. I mean, if I were to get the money to finish this, I'd love to have this house gone by November 30th.
Got it. Okay.
Maybe 15th of December is the latest.
Got it. Okay. So why don't we do this? Why don't you put together what you think the comps are? Look at me as your lender partner. And I would go to Stefan and I'd say, here's the comps. Here's the money I need. and then I come in as a partner on the deal.
And what's your end? You know, I mean,
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what you owe. I don't know what you think you can sell for, but you sound like a super smart guy. I'm sure there's profit there.
I owe $70,000 on this house. That's what I borrowed.
Okay.
Okay, that's the only thing I owe on this house other than this year's taxes.
Yeah, but you've got you borrowed 70 grand, but on top of all that, you got construction materials, all that kind of stuff. Did you buy the construction materials with the 70 grand?
Yeah.
Got it.
I paid for that.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Actually, I had a little bit more money. I had a cushion, but when I got sick, I've had 4 major surgeries, and I'm on Medicare, and Medicare paid 80%, but my cost was over $250,000 what I owed.
Got it.
All my savings. I mean,
You guys have lost interest on this because you don't see where I'm going with this.
No.
It's gone. And then this year, with I mean, I don't want to blame anything on COVID, but my wife, she still works. She was out of work for 5 months, 5 months, and she's only back to work part time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a huge difference. I'm making my $583 a month payment. Never been late on it. If I'm a day late.
Well, so that's what I'm saying, right? So you have a $70,000 loan, but you're making payments, utilities, and all that kind of stuff probably on top of that. So I imagine.
Yeah, my loan payment, the payment that I'm paying that time, $70,000 doesn't go anywhere. This is an interest-only loan.
I understand that. I understand that. So at the end of the project, so give me like 45 seconds. Hold on just a second. So let's say that we get to the end of the project and we're doing a P&L, and my bookkeeper is going through everything, and she's like, okay, well, he's got 70 grand in expenses. We've got this in expenses. You're going to say, well, wait, I got a lot more than 70,000 in debt. I paid interest only payments the whole time, and that is an extra $12,000 or whatever the number is. I'm not saying it's 12 grand. I'm just saying whatever.
It's close to, yeah.
Right? So it's not 70 grand. There's all these other things that are added on. So if we're going to partner together, I got to know what those are so that when we talk about a possible profit split, I know what your debt coming into the partnership is, including utilities, including the hard money payment, including the closing costs, including anything you put out of pocket, your personal expenses, right? And then also I've done partnerships with people, they track their mileage, not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying there are people who go, well, you know, I drove back and forth to the property and I spent $300 in gas going back in the property, and that ultimately ends up getting reimbursed out of the project. So that's the number I'm looking for, is currently what have you outlaid on this project above and beyond the $70,000 loan?
Not including what I paid for the house?
No, the total amount. So at the end of the day, we're going to have a P&L, and it's going to have all the debts, including what you paid for the house, the loan, the utilities, everything, right?
Right.
That's the number I need to know. Okay, because you're saying, oh, I only owe 70 grand. Okay, well, it's not like we're gonna split $200,000. You know what I'm saying? You've got cost basis in this deal. What's your cost basis originally? What you paid for the house, plus your taxes, plus your insurance along the way, plus your utilities. What are all those things that need to get taken care of? And then there's a remaining piece of the pie that we split out. So we split up.
Right.
Right. So is there a way you can get that number together for me, and then we can have a conversation about a potential partnership?
Within 24 hours, I can have that number for you.
Got it. Let's do that.
All right. That's something to think about. We'll do that.
All right, partner.
Let's look at that, and then we'll go from there. We'll talk some more.
Love it. Sounds great.
Okay. All right, buddy.
Thank you. Okay, so tell me where I'm going with this.
One of the
see.
You're gonna realize he's way too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just gonna be like, fuck.
Okay, so the thing is that people don't, one of the reasons why I'm so good on the phone is because I have no attachment to the result. I have none. I'm not trying to make anything happen. I have a little piece of bait down here and I'm just guiding him down here, right? I know what he's doing. That's why I got up. Nothing he says to me matters.
Yeah.
I could literally have left for 20 minutes, gone down, picked up the mail, and come back and be like, oh, yep, sounds great. Because none of it matters. What am I really trying to accomplish on this call?
You're dropping nuggets.
I'm getting him to come up with what his cost basis in the deal is currently. Number one, he's going to realize, holy crap, I'm in deep. He went and lived in the house. Did you guys pick that up? Homeboy went and lived in the house for 3 days. It's probably because his wife is like, you're stressing me out. I can't be around you anymore. So he goes and sleeps on a Home Depot bucket. Or he's sleeping on a cot and taking a dump in Home Depot bucket. So
he told me he still needs 30 days to get out, so he might even be living there.
he might still be living there. So essentially what you're trying to do is extract the real information of what's really going on. Then when you have a partnership conversation, now he's looking at you completely different. I'm no longer Mr. Sales Guy. I'm Mr. Hey, I'm your partner. You need to tell me everything of what's really going on here. Then when he gets on the phone, I'll say, man, oh, wow. All right. Yeah. I don't see that there's really any profit here. If I was your partner, I suggest you just get out of this thing and get rid of it. What are you doing? You're paying every month. You're spending $500 and something in interest only, and you're going into the holidays. But a guy like that talks and talks and talks and talks, do you think you're going to convince him of anything? No. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Right? So no matter what you say to him, no matter what happens, he's not going to believe you. But I've got, Stefan, I told you, I have a 2-part epoxy in the garage.
No.
Not 1 part, it's 2 parts. Right?
Yeah.
So he's so married to what he spent money on that now what we're going to do is we're going to get him to come together with the full number. And now he's going to present it to you as if you're going to be the guy that saves him. And guess what? You are going to be the guy that saves him. You're going to tell him what everybody else has been telling him all along, but you're the one that got him to the result that needed to happen. His wife and all his friends are like, dude, dump that project. You have no business being in that project. Right?
He had to tell himself that. He has to tell himself that.
He has to tell himself that. And that is, so when people, this is the challenge with a lot of people that are on the phones. Are you interested in a cash offer? Yes or no? No? That's not how this works, right? Are you want to be, I want to make a shirt that says, so you want to be a millionaire. Millionaires don't think that way. They think, what does this guy really need? Right? And ultimately, at the end of the day, how can I be part of that solution? Financially. Same thing with the other guy. The other guy that we're going to follow up on, that guy's a deal. Not only are we going to get an option contract on it and at least make $5,000 on the deal, we might make $10,000 on a deal that the guy is hard-headed and nobody else.
It took me a while to get hold of that guy.
Right. And you did the right thing. So like those are some of the other lessons too, is like you heard that seller say, I get 105 calls a day, maybe 110.
Yeah, I was texting him.
Right. So when people say consistency, 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 you won because of consistency. And so many people like ring, it's half a ring, click, nope, hey, they didn't answer.
Not double dial 3 times a day like King on top.
Right. I call it the Tino triple dial, dude.
Triple dial. Yeah, he's still.
It's TTD is what it is. We're going to make a shirt that says TTD, Tino triple dial. So that's the thing, is that this guy ultimately is still a wholesale deal. He's still a wholesale deal, but you're going to get him to that result on his own without you doing that. Okay, so in the future you go, great, well, why don't you just why don't we just partner on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use that all the time when I'm in people's houses. I'm not sure if I've done this with you in an appointment. That one we did a couple weeks ago where it was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know if I offered a partnership on that. I can't remember, but I'll offer a partnership. You know how many people take me up on it? None. But they get thinking about it, and then they realize, oh, if I have to split what I already am going to make, which is already a little small, it's not a good fit for me. Then they say, well, you don't want to pay off the loan? I go, Why would I pay points, closing costs, and all these other things if you've already paid for that? Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, okay. You start making him think about things without telling him anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, like you said, you can't convince him of anything, so you gotta have
Right
a
now,
picture.
he's thinking with his emotions.
Thinking about that two epoxy paint.
He's thinking about his wife and everybody else telling him, "I told you so."
He's too sick to finish. Maybe he just got out of his fucking head.
Pride. So him and I can be in a secret little code. Hey, you know what? Let's close the door. Let's just have a private conversation. Partners. That's why I said later partner. Do you like that one? So now we're in a private conversation. There's nobody in the room but him and I. And now he can be honest. He's going to present it. What he said, I'll get that number to you in 24 hours. But 14 seconds before that, he was like, no, I only owe 70 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. The hard money payment, utilities, this, oh yeah, I owe a lot. Oh, so we're going to split 200 grand? Oh, no. Okay. You need to bring me that number. So when he brings that number to you, he's going to be like a dog with his tail tucked behind his legs and go, this is what I would like you to bring to Pace as a potential partnership. And I'll look at it, I go, dude, how are we going to make money? Let alone, how are you going to make money? Bro, you need to dump this. I need to help you find a buyer. That's what we need to do. We need to help you find a buyer right now because I ain't no way I'm paying that price.
Yeah, the quicker you close, the better.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
My first time I ever did an option contract was about 5 years ago. Lady had an option. She had an offer from Open Door at like $279. I gave her an offer she's like, I want $290 somewhere. Like it was about $15,000 higher than Open Door. So I was like, well, I'll look for you. I'll look for you. So I started sending her things. I go, I'm getting people coming in at 260, 259, 254. You know, what should I tell them? And then she ends up selling it to me for $5 grand less than what Open Door offered. So the option contract, the challenge with the option contract is it does take a little bit of, once you get that guy, it's going to take 3 or 4 calls before you get him down $5,000.
Right.
And it gets addicting because it's a little easier.
Yeah. Don't tell people that.
You're finessing.
Yeah.
You're building a relationship too.
It's easy. It's easier for a guy like you, Tino, because you're used to the finesse. But for like a new investor, they don't understand the cadence of the relationship. And so it confuses a lot of people.
Yeah.
So many people. So this is I'm getting a lot. We have 440 people watching. So you get people that are like, well, I don't have the money. I couldn't do that. That's not the goal. I'm never going to partner with this guy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What's my favorite line is going to go on my tombstone. My line is, buyers are liars. Sellers are worse. So your seller's sitting there lying to you, lying to themselves. It's your job to basically dismantle that and say, okay, here's what we're really dealing with here. And sometimes you have to play the same games they're playing in return in order to dismantle that. So the game of I'm going to partner with you gets him to show you all his cards, and now we can have an honest conversation. So it's not about ever partnering with him. It's figuring out a conversation that will get him to be honest with himself. And ultimately, in 30 days, you assign the deal off. He gets out of the deal. He goes back and he can go live back at his house. And, Bill Dixon says, I need. Buyers are liars, sellers are tellers. Buyers are liars, sellers are worse. That's the line, bro. Come on. Okay, what do we got? Stefan, you got Greg here. Montebello, nice area, 350 for 475.
Divorce situation, he needs to cash out, but he wants to get in contact, but doesn't want to close to the end of the year or January.
Got it, okay.
I talked to this guy too. Yeah.
What's the story?
I can't remember what. Oh, tax purposes, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy tried to get him an innovation and close. I don't know why, but we just lost contact.
I don't know what they had this follow-up set for today.
Did he confirm?
Yeah, we knows based on those for 4:30 though.
What time is it now?
4:30. It's half an hour ago. So.
It's 3 o'clock.
Well, I meant he's Florida time, so.
Oh, I'm late 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, because I've been sitting here talking.
Well, no, because homeboy was
talking to Tony about paying.
It's because I was sitting there putting instead of just trying to move the conversation forward. I thought I had time. Anise.
Hi there, you've reached Greg Thurkill. Feel free to leave a message here.
Okay, Anise, what's the story with this guy?
Oh shit. Okay, so this guy's Michael. He's the one that's supposed to be signing the contract soon, but he went missing in action recently. So I was thinking of going with Timothy instead, but he just texted me and he's like, send offer only. Literally said that.
Okay.
So I don't know if he is okay with you calling him apparently, because he tried to like shut me off. I can't talk much on the phone. Just text me an offer. That's what kind of person he is. But he's under foreclosure. His rent goes for $2,000 a month because it's divided $950 and $1,050. Makes $2,000. He's got a lot of lawsuits. Everybody hates him, but he got a lot of.
Oh, this is the really bad guy.
This
is the guy everybody hates, right?
The devil, yeah.
Okay, let's see what kind of character we can run into here. Are you up next? Are you gonna take the call?
Sure.
I'm serious. You got 400.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
So that's the guy. His tenants told you they hate him. He's going to bankruptcy, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Do you think if I call him 5 times in a row, he'll answer pissed off?
probably, but who cares?
Right.
I think it's one of the spams.
Yeah. This is the guy you worked a deal out with that was going to sign?
That's not that guy. The other guy's Michael.
Well, that's who I'm calling right now. It's Michael.
You're calling Michael.
602-715.
It's not Timothy? It doesn't say Timothy?
No, it says Michael.
Okay, well, Michael, okay, then I'm not surprised because Michael never responds. So Michael's another issue. I was talking about Tim, about the devil. Michael's a nice guy. He's got something in his brain apparently. He's got a lot of trouble with the law and shit.
Just because this guy won't answer.
Oh.
So it doesn't end with 1,000 then. Timothy's number ends with 1,000. So
No, this one's ends with 8849.
Okay, so they put
Right here. And he's Tim, right? We can call
Oh, right
that
here.
guy. We can
Okay.
call that guy instead. Yeah.
Okay, is that the mean guy?
That's the mean guy.
Got it, okay. Did your seller sign today from the contract the other day, Steph?
He's about to right now. We just texted him.
Good job.
What's down?
Hey, Tim, this is Pace. How you doing?
Good, what can I do for you?
Hey, I had a call from somebody who said they were trying to work on a deal on your property in Tempe. And
The only thing, you're welcome to submit an offer, but I just don't have time to talk to. I get 15, 20 calls a day about my properties.
so if the house is it shows it's in foreclosure, is it
I
not?
don't care what, you know what, all I want is you to submit an offer.
What should my offer say?
You should say what you want to pay for it, and I'll say yes or no.
I want to pay what you want to sell it for.
Okay, I'm done talking to you, okay? I don't have time for my.
Should I make him angry?
What the fuck is this guy?
Hi, this is Tim. Please text me at 602.
So he says send an offer.
You should call him and tell him you're the lender.
Yeah.
I'm your lender, $20.
Let's think about that. What would be so if the guy,
So
I can create any phone number I want right here too, so you know.
that's ready to
Call
sign,
around.
but you make, I'm wondering if you could walk him through the contract, I guess. It's one of Stefan's leads. Are you available right now? Yeah, Paul? He just texted us and said he's available.
Have you done people like that before, base?
Oh, yeah.
She's calling right now.
But now he has my phone number. That's a problem. So I'm thinking like, what if we just all call him?
At once, everybody on the count of 3.
I mean, it's fun. Like, it's fun to do this, but like at the end of the day, what's the most efficient way to get this guy to actually talk? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Because like we could really mess with this guy and like every one of us could call him from a different phone number.
Yeah.
And just blow him up until he just has to turn his phone off for like an hour. But that's not efficient. It's fun.
I think that's the kind of guy you gotta go talk to in person.
Yeah.
I think he's tough on the phone, but if you
Call him on your. Let's call him on your cell phone.
What's his number?
I can't say it out loud because I have 450 people watching.
What?
If I give you the number, somebody else is gonna blow him up.
Handing over the offer. Holy shit.
What's his name? Do you want me to just pass you the phone?
I like how Mark Schinzel says, "Finally, a real call." LOL. First call of the day is a contract. What's he talking about?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
So do you want to talk to him, or you want me to just?
Call him and just say, "Hey, I don't have any." This is what I would say. My partner says you want us to send an offer, but I have a.
Like the underwriter. Like, hey, I'm actually about to send you a contract, but I don't have a price.
What price we got to send you?
What's his name?
10.
10.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim, this is Tina. How are you? Hey, brother, my partner actually told me to send you out a contract.
Okay, yeah, you guys gotta quit calling me. I'm too fucking busy for this.
So he's gonna let the house go to foreclosure?
Okay, can you shut your fucking mouth?
Oh, so good. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's so good. Oh, my gosh.
So the tenants told me about this guy, that he's the kind of person that calls people up to like go beat the shit out of you.
Should I have everybody on the live call him? Wow, that was so freaking great. Oh my gosh, so good.
But he's.
Can everybody on the live hear Tino? Did you guys hear what he said on the phone?
He's just. He's in denial. I think he's still like in the denial phase. I don't think he's
Trying to get money off. He's probably had a lot of calls. Yeah, sounds like he's had a lot of calls. Oh yeah.
What's the first
Oh, he
stage?
texted me.
First stage is denial, and that.
He probably hates me the most. 'Cause
Oh, he
that's how
did?
started.
Said for the record, I'm not interested in dealing with you at all anymore. Even the contract, I just don't want to deal with you. You have no boundaries and you're disrespectful. Please find someone else to prey on. So I just text back and say, does that mean you're not interested?
Yes.
And I follow up with you in 2 weeks.
Actually, let's think like what would you really reply to that?
Let's be diplomatic with this guy. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have to be.
What I would say
I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to.
I'm so sorry. I know that people are blowing you up. This must be
Closure
frustrating.
date's still going on though, right?
That's what I've done that. That's
Just let him know who he's dealing with. Very careful with it. I mean, not.
Yeah, but you can't
Can't name drop.
you can't convince somebody through text message how credible you are.
That's a foreclosure then?
Yeah.
So what I would say is, I get it, totally understandable. When should I follow up?
We know you're getting blown up.
Say I know you're getting blown up.
It's really frustrating.
Say this. This is what you say. I know you're getting blown up. I totally get it. other investors in town call us to see if we can help you or help them come up with a price for your property, this house continues to come up. We'd love to help out.
Okay.
Like, let them know it can. I mean, it does. It keeps coming up. It's like every time I have a conversation with somebody about foreclosure, it's either Don Sprinkles or this guy Tim. It's like those two guys in town have been.
Sprinkles and right, these two guys.
Yeah, these two freaking guys, over and over and over. Okay, so Caroline in Phoenix, 37th Street in Phoenix. That's a big house.
Phoenix Lee. Yeah, she's on a plane.
So, okay, I'm gonna call Caroline's number real quick.
Caroline Closer.
I'm gonna get Matt to call him too.
Caroline, last name Closer.
Reza.
Caroline. Hello.
Hey, is this Reza?
Yes.
Hey, Reza, my name's Pace. I am Caroline's partner. Did she tell you I was gonna call today?
Yes, sir. Yes. How are you, Mr.
I'm awesome. I was calling about 37th Street. Did you guys work out a price or any sort of terms yet, or is that what you and I are gonna do?
No term. I told her, no term. I'm not interested about the term. If
Okay.
that's the offer is going to be, but just I want to share with you. I don't know what is your offer. I don't know you for your investment or you want to move it for the living.
Investment.
Investment. What is your offer? I'm sure you're familiar with Phoenix, Arizona, and Ahwatukee area.
I'm very familiar with Ahwatukee.
Yes.
It's an awesome spot. Your house is an awesome house.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, for
I'm just
you,
wondering
I think she said you were looking for like 650.
Yeah, that was, that's exactly, the bar. We cannot go because we did a lot of remodeling. But I want to share with you, Mr. Price, because you're an investor. And we did a signed contract, one of the neighbors, and I didn't know you because she told me. But I don't mind, I take your offer and my promise if they could not close it, because they give it the full offer, 685 right now. We are in the, contract. And the thing, because one of them, her husband actually, was it 20 years ago snowboarding, he got the accident and he's in a wheelchair. And just only thing, they wrote a personal letter to take a chance for them to, because they need a single in a home and they really fall in love with our home. And they single and they live in that area. And they said, they give it full offer, 685 during the contract. But they said if they take a chance with them, they're going to give it 5,000, something like that, if they cannot close. And I don't care about that. But just it was a very personal, very emotional. Even business, there is no emotion involved. But I've been myself long time. That's those kind of situation. I understand it. Just and we try to help them. And they said just only thing. You have to allow us to put our home in the market, we sell it, and we be qualified for the 208 down, and that offer. But the closing time they have around December. Just only thing they get, but would be great,
This guy's already in the contract with a retail buyer.
Because if that's we're gonna sign it. If they cannot close it, because you're an investor, and I don't mind to cut it at 35,000. If they cannot close it, just at least someone like you, there is no involved anything, and we have appraised for a house. They did, they want to buy it 2 weeks ago. They couldn't be qualified, but they did appraisal, pay everything, and the appraisal at that time was 679, was loaded in the MLS properly, but unfortunately, they couldn't, they had some situation they cannot be qualified. They had some issue, and they want to give $2,000, to them. I don't need it, just to give it back to them. I don't want it. That's okay. And we got that offer from them. But if you put in your offer, send it to us. And if you're an investor, if you can take that hold on it, if they cannot close it, I deal with you December at the 650. That's no problem at all. But that's our contract because we signed with them. And that's is illegal, if we sign it for that,
Yeah. Well, why don't we send you an offer, and then if your deal doesn't work out, you give us a call.
Definitely, that's the thing. If would be great. And as far as they cannot close it, I call you right away.
Sounds great.
And know that. Let me give you Mr. Larry Peter, because he's a dear friend of mine, and
He just assists us for the, he's a broker and he doesn't make anything. He just, for a lot of people, they think, okay, the house they mark up to the 30%, this side 30%, that one. It's not like that. He just, he charged me just 3,000. You believe it or not? If you go to MLS, you see his contract. He's just a friend. We play soccer together, and he's a dear friend of mine. But just the paperwork, because I'm not too much familiar with those kind. If you put it out for that, and we keep it in there, and as for hopefully either you or them, they're gonna have it. For me, really, it doesn't make any difference, because that's the emotion, we sign it with them, and I take a chance on them. Because just I want to help them, that's all, and there was not that offer to also. And I told them, if you guys can close, I live with the refrigerator, washer, dryer, TV, everything, I give it. That's no problem.
Okay.
And they said, you're so kind, those kind of things. I said, that's some gift for you guys, from me to your home. But let's see, hopefully you guys can sell their home and they're moving forward. And by the way, just, price, I did not see them house. But I think the house in the Tanglewood, they're gonna put it this week in the market. I think if you want, I can take your phone because they're gonna put it below 400.
Yeah, let's do it.
And
take my number. Let's do it.
And maybe you buy that. Look at them houses. I think it's a four bedroom, 2 bath, and has a pool, and it's a great Tanglewood in Ahwatukee Lake. But they are not on the water. But it's a nice street at Tanglewood. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I know the Tanglewood. I'm sure you know the Tanglewood. And I think it's gonna be good investment for someone below 400 that house, and I think it's not a good thing. Maybe you buy it from them, or
sounds good.
Investment for you, it doesn't make any difference.
Well, reach out to me if your buyer doesn't perform. Okay.
Sure. Can I give you the Larry phone number?
Yeah, just text it to me.
You reach on him or text it to you. That's right.
Yeah, I'm a millennial. We don't use pens.
Okay, you're in the Phoenix, Arizona, or no? You're in different state.
Yeah, I'm in Phoenix.
To stop by our shop. I have a store, fashion clothing, in Scottsdale Road.
Really? What do you guys do?
My website is jpjempire.com. That's our website. I do a lot of custom work. We have a small showroom. We design clothing.
That's awesome.
You should stop by. I have a good deal from Valentino, from all of the designers. We do our online too. Would be great to meet you guys. And I'm going to text you the Larry phone number.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye. So he's already in a contract. Yeah. So everybody's like, show me the team, and then they're like, there's no women in your. I'm like, you can't win, dude. You can't win. Cristo Frangos. See, everybody, a lot of testosterone in that room. I mean, if you girls actually, you know why there's a lot of testosterone? It's because when I put a post out and I'm like, yo, looking for acquisition people, not acquisition guys, the only people that reply are guys. So if you want to come and work with us and you're a female, she didn't even reach out. I reached out to her. I headhunted her. Because Caroline's awesome. We do have women that are on our acquisition team, but no women ever reply to the messages. It's always guys. And Caroline, I went out and sought her out because she's awesome.
I stopped.
Oh, you did? Oh yeah, you did. When he sat down to lunch with me one day, I was like, hire Stefan. If he skipped tracing me to work for you, that's gangster stuff. Okay, Cameron Tate. 3:30. I'm on time, bro.
Hey, peace out.
Hey,
Peace, dogs. Yeah.
stay on that lady. Literally and
Stay on a lady.
Hey,
yeah.
tell the people that he's looking for acquisition.
I already did. I put it on my Instagram.
Okay.
Hey, oh, here?
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys want to work for, hey, Ryan, come here. So, Ryan, how can people, you're looking for acquisition people. We got 400 people watching. How many people, or how many, or how do people reach out to you?
Instagram is Ryan Chase 19 or Ryan Chase on Facebook.
Reach out to Ryan Chase. What's your cell phone number?
480
480
993
993
9602.
9602.
If you work for Ryan, he's gonna get, his acquisition guys will get trained by us.
That's right. We got the connection here. It's just as good. It's just like working for Pace.
If you guys work for Ryan,
Better.
I told Ryan that if he has an acquisition guy, I'll let him come into our office once a week and train his acquisition guy with our team. So reach out to Ryan Chase if you want to join his squad. And he does hire women.
Love women.
People are. Yeah, he's in Arizona.
I've got 3 daughters, so.
Are we hiring? Are we hiring in? Apparently, I can't hire any more men. I need to start hiring some women. Any women that want to join our team? Any women want to join our team? They all say no. They all think that this house, that our office smells like a frat house, guaranteed.
We just got some candles.
Tino's mom.
Classic frat boy move. Let's just light some. Let's just light some candles.
We got some, we got some candles.
Some like some Febreze to spray on the bed.
Far right.
I'm not gonna wash it. I'll just spray Febreze.
Okay, so Cameron Tate, Jared.
I should get you 50.
Thanks, guys.
Later, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Later.
Tino, Pace is gonna hold on more. You can just follow. Who's ready to close?
I'm down.
Tino, you're up next. You can't handle the heat?
Hi, this is the Google assistant. Can I ask what you're calling about?
I want to buy Jared's house.
All right, hang on while I try to reach them.
That's his Google assistant.
This is Jared.
Hey, Jared, it's Pace. How you doing?
Hey,
Did Cameron tell you I was going to call?
he did, yes.
Awesome, man. What was your? What'd you and him chat about?
So far we just talked about the house. There are a few numbers kind of tossed around, but
His notes say that you guys had 2 conversations. One about a cash offer, and then one about a potential creative finance offer. Which one were you kind of leaning towards?
cash offer. And the purpose of that is right now I've had that condo for quite a while. It's not, for me, I've just held on to it. And I've never really been in the business of investing as far as rentals and like that. So
Got it.
I wanted to liquidate and then go and build a house at this point. And so in order for that to happen, I need some capital to get some land and kind of move on with that plan. So that's what I was looking at.
Got it. Okay, so you need the cash in order to move on, go build a house. Have you thought about where you're going to buy the land and all that stuff, or have you not looked yet?
We have an idea. It's actually in San Antonio, outside of San Antonio.
Love it. So we have a network of investors like ourselves that do land, commercial, residential, everything. If you tell me what you're looking for in terms of land, we get a lot of sellers that sell land all over Texas, San Antonio being one of them. Because I don't think we can touch your cash price. I think you're wanting to get out of it what you paid, right?
No, I'm going to lose money on it.
Oh, you are?
I'm well aware of that. Yeah.
What'd you pay for it originally?
$212.
Oh, got it. You must have bought it like what, 2008?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
What a crazy year that was, huh?
That's why I know. Yeah. And I just held on to it since. I didn't want to foreclose or anything, so I just been running it out since.
So you've been so what is your cash price? What are you trying to sell it for? Like in your pocket?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, I think I need something around that 200 mark in order to
actually to go out and buy the land.
Got it.
So that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Got it. Okay.
I know I'm leaving some on the phone there because I know how people often sell it, but then it's a timing issue too. I'm kind of leaning towards just taking a little bit more of a hit. And
When does your tenant move out?
being able to kind of move on. January 31st.
It sounds to me like if I was your brother or I was your best friend, I would tell you to wait until that tenant moves out, hoping the market doesn't change after the election, but assuming it doesn't, I would tell you to have the tenant move out and then list it with a realtor and just sell it for, what do you think you could sell it for? Like as is.
From what I've seen, so actually, and that's funny about Zillow. I got a Zillow offer for $220.
Well, so I used to work for Zillow. The challenge with the Zillow offer is that's before their inspection, right? So they're going to come back in with an inspection and probably take another 10 grand, 20 grand off.
You think so?
I know so. That was my entire job. My job was the axe man. So they would get an offer, seller would accept the offer, and then it would say pending inspection or something. I don't know if they've changed their wording, but it would say pending inspection. And I used to be a licensed contractor. So they would hire me as the licensed contractor to go in after the offer was accepted, and they would typically take about 10% of the purchase price off due to, oh, it hasn't been renovated or it needs new windows or whatever. They would take my estimate, send it to you and say, oh, the contractor says this, we got to take this off the price.
Gotcha. So yeah, and that's something I was kind of thinking of. It's like, I don't know what there is to really, prepare within that, within the condo.
Has it been renovated since 2008?
No, but it's nothing. I mean, it doesn't look extremely outdated by any means. It's not like it has like the contract grade.
So you thinking maybe just like a paint and cleanup type of thing?
Yeah, quite honestly. I mean, and honestly, I think I painted it like before this last tenant moved in. He's an elderly real estate broker that wanted to live closer to his kids. So I don't think he's very hard on it.
Love it. So you're probably
it's not like it needs. Yeah.
You're probably like $3 grand. It's probably just a quick cleanup, right?
Right.
So if you spent, let's say, $3 grand, what do you think you could sell it for on the retail market?
I have no idea.
Like 239?
Somewhere in that. I maybe in a few months. I mean, if I wait it out, it depends. I mean, that depends where the market goes. I mean, there was one condo that my exact layout, and they went in, and I don't know how much they put into it, but they renovated the kitchen, like all new cabinets. Well, I'll say it looks like all new cabinets. I think they replaced the slab of granite in the kitchen, and they ripped out the tub and did a standing shower in the bathroom, and that's pretty much all they did. I mean, but it looks really nice. And I think they got it should be in the comps, maybe 235, 239. I can't remember, 230 something.
Got it. Okay, so they probably put in an extra 10 grand above what you've got in terms of like tearing out showers and stuff like that. So you probably could sell it for 229, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, so if you sold it for 229, who would list it for you? Do you have a connection on that, or are you going to pay a full commission?
Yeah, no, I probably I have a management company now because I don't live in Phoenix anymore. I live 1,500 miles away.
Right.
So, hence the time zone. So I'd probably just have him put it up there because he already has access to it, all the keys and everything. So, as far as that's concerned, I think he was talking about a 5%. So if you did the math on that, with it, so 200 with 10,000 in brokerage.
Yeah, so you spend 10 grand on commissions plus your closing costs plus your lender concessions and whatever repairs you got to make. So you probably end up netting around 205, 205.
Yeah.
Right.
So right now the Zillow's at 203 net.
Yeah, it sounds like you would net the same as if you took the Zillow offer. The advantage of going with the Zillow offer is that you don't have to go through and do the repairs, and they would take over the property. Would they buy it with the tenant in place, or would they want to wait until the tenant's out?
I believe she said they would wait until the February 1st, so sign it like the next day.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, with an investor like us, we can't touch that $200,000 property or price, which is why they offered you the terms. But my suggestion is we have our team just reach out to you maybe a little bit closer to the end of the year, see if you've decided, hey, I just want to get rid of this. But it doesn't sound you're really in a position to get rid of anything. You probably just need to hold on tight and hopefully the election doesn't change anything and just get the 200 in your pocket in February.
Right.
Right. I mean, sounds like we're on the same page there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was trying to figure out what my number would be. Like, is it worth it to sell to you for, I don't know if you'd even do it, but like 195, at what level is it like, screw it, I can do 5,000, whatever. And then, at what point does that make sense? And I don't really know. I don't have an answer for you, but.
Well, I think what we should do is we should just follow up with you in like 30 days. I think we follow up with you in 30 days. And if you give us that number and you say, hey, this is the number I'd go with you, where, I don't have to battle with Zillow. I don't have to battle with the whole thing of them bringing a contractor in and renegotiating the price. And then I don't have to go through an agent. Here's the number I'd be willing to do that for. And maybe we can close escrow this year instead of wait till next year.
Sure.
When should we follow up with you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're saying 30 days. So as far as you know how Zillow works, so they say they can only go out about 90 days.
Right.
So in the first week of November is when I could actually potentially sign with a 90-day closing date on Zillow. So I'm possibly thinking about maybe making some moves at the beginning of November. So maybe that's a good kind of check-in point.
All right, let's do that. Right after Halloween weekend. We'll call you Monday right after Halloween weekend. Like that's the second day of November.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
That sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for talking through it with me.
Okay, thank you so much. See ya.
Yeah, take it easy.
Bye. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, obviously, you did the pull away.
Did the pull away? So
what was his original price? 220.
So what are the 3 reasons why somebody won't sell to you on seller finance?
They need the cash now.
You need the cash now, or for a very specific reason. Okay, he needs the cash for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Second reason they won't sell to you is because they don't understand the benefits of seller finance or subject to, which means you either over communicated, under communicated, whatever. Or number 3, they literally have no blank.
Motivation.
Pain, motivation. What's his pain? What's his motivation? I want to build a house, but I don't even have the lot yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I brought up, hey, I can help you find a lot in San Antonio, which we could, tap him into other wholesalers and help him try and find a lot. So that's me already seeing the guy doesn't have pain. He doesn't have pain, but I can create motivation, right? I can't create pain, but I can create motivation. Okay, so there is no pain at all, but I can create motivation by helping him find a lot. Okay, if you really wanted this deal to work out, we've done deals like this where what you do is you find a house for them to move into and you find it on seller finance. Then they are more willing to sell their other house to you on seller finance or give you a deeper discount, right? So you've solved the problem here. So let's say, well, I need the cash. I need the cash to buy this lot. Okay, well, what if I find a lot for $12,000 cheaper because you were going to buy it on the MLS and I can find it wholesale? Now you can get a discount on the first property.
Yeah.
It just depends on how hard you want to work on that. But that is the kind of stuff that you could do. But he just doesn't have any pain.
Yeah.
He has a good job. He's going to build a house, right? So if there's no pain, then find the motivation, because those are two different things. Sometimes they're the same thing. I'm motivated to get out of my pain. But if you don't have pain, then you have to find the motivation. Hopefully that makes sense. So whose is that? That's Cameron. So Cameron's not even available. Who communicates with Cameron?
Me.
Okay. Vicky Carter. Hidalgo. And also, like, what are we really doing here, right? We are really, truly trying to help people, okay? And a lot of wholesalers and creative finance buyers forget that that's our job. And so sometimes it's just talking through the process with somebody and helping them make a good, comfortable decision for their family and feeling good about it. Sometimes that's all it comes down to. Hidalgo. He was trying to get me to call her at 2 p.m. Wonder why he put it in there.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
She seems like a deal.
Hi, this is Vicky. Is not available.
Okay. She would sell on seller finance. James Puffenberger.
That's mine.
I love that name, bro. Where's the old lady that I was supposed to call for you?
I tried to get a time commitment from her, and she said today's too busy.
Come on, dog.
I tried twice.
I'm gonna call her. Okay, so Bryce, tell me about James Puffenberger.
Okay, so he's a seller finance. Just got done playing golf.
Oh, he did? Great. All right, that's all I need to know. Don't tell me anything else.
Hello?
Hey, James, this is Pace. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How'd you shoot?
Not too well. I hadn't played for a couple of weeks, but I had fun.
Yeah?
Yep.
Where'd you guys play?
We play at, I live on Catawba Island, and so we play at Catawba Island Club.
Wow.
It's owned by Jim Stouffer, the Stouffer Food People.
Are you gonna, how can I get put in your will? I don't even care about your house anymore. I just want to be put in your will. You're living the life, my friend. That's awesome.
Yeah, we like it up there, and so we hang out here in summer, but looks like we're going to be here in the winter too, so this time.
Got it. Well, tell me about this property in Tempe.
Well, it's just a small condo that we bought when our youngest son went to ASU back in 2006 or 7, something like that, 2007 maybe.
Okay.
They had just turned those Rialto condominiums, or it was an apartment complex, into condos. And so people bought a lot of the condos, but then 2009 hit, 2008, and they had some problems selling them. I think the guy kind of got out of those, but anyway, they were all eventually sold, and so we kind of just held on to it. We kind of used it as a base of operations when we then went down there. We have 2 kids down there, one over out in Dorado and one down in Ahwatukee.
Oh yeah, Verado's way out there.
Yeah, so it takes us 45 minutes to get out there, and so we figured out we'd probably sell this condo, maybe get something out there closer.
Nice.
So anyway.
So did you guys jump into either like a cash offer or any sort of seller finance type of conversation?
Yeah, we have an offer on the table right now from Open Door.
Oh my gosh, I used to work for Open Door. What's their offer?
They're at 115.
Is that before or after their renovation, their inspection?
That's cash in my pocket.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So that would essentially wipe out your loan.
My wipe out what?
Do you have a loan on the deal?
No, we paid cash for it.
Got it. Okay, cool. So you get 115 out of the deal. What would suggest that you would even talk to me? Are you trying to get more money?
Well, Bryce, is that his name?
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he called me and he said that you had some different types of financing things and that I could get more upfront on the type that you had. So
I think you'd definitely get more money long term, but I could definitely give you money down, but I can't give you more upfront than Open Door. On paper, my purchase price would be significantly higher than Open Door, but with a seller finance situation, you would be getting that money over a longer period of time.
Yeah, that's kind of what he explained. And so I listened to it because he said you'd get significantly more, but as I thought about it, I don't know. That's a little bit different thing. The question would be basically for me, what happens to the deed? Is that deed transferred or do I keep it until you pay it off?
There's two different ways you can do it. If we bought it on seller finance, I would have the deed and you would have the note and the deed of trust. So you would be secured against the property with your loan. So it would basically be the bank of Puffenberger Bank would have a lien against the property. I would have the deed. So in that scenario, I would have the ability to depreciate the asset. I'd be able to, any interest rate that you and I worked out, I would be able to write off the interest rate on a yearly basis. There's another way to do it that's called an agreement for sale, where you hold the deed until the property is paid off. Just kind of depends on which way you want to go. The benefit for me buying it on seller finance where I have the deed is that I have what is called, now we're getting into the weeds a little bit, but I have what's called fee title, which gives me the ability to depreciate the property. So there's a financial benefit for me to have the deed. There's no real financial benefit for you to have the deed, but you would want the deed, I think, more as a security measure. Is that right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if something happens to you folks, I need some way to get the property back, obviously.
Oh yeah, what we usually do in that situation, if a seller is worried about that, is we just sign a deed in lieu of foreclosure and have you carry it, which means I just sign, if I ever get, let's say I get abducted by aliens and I'm no longer on the planet Earth and you're like, I don't want to foreclose on this guy. I don't want to go through that process. You essentially would already have a pre-signed deed in lieu of foreclosure where you could have the property deeded back to you by simply recording it. That makes sense?
Yeah, well, I understand what you're saying. Just never heard of it. I have to look into that.
Yeah, the banks do it all the time for people that are in foreclosure that they don't want to actually have to go through the whole foreclosure process. You've probably heard of like cash for keys type of situation, where the bank goes to the buyer and says, hey buyer, we don't want to go all the way through the foreclosure process. Sign this deed in lieu of foreclosure and we'll give you $2,000. Now in our situation, I would pre-sign a deed in lieu of foreclosure so you wouldn't have to actually go through that process. And then also in the deed that we create, you and I would create two documents. One is a note, which is a promissory note. You're well aware of what those are. It's just promissory note, agreement between two gentlemen. And then that promissory note gets secured against the property by creating a deed of trust, or another word for a mortgage. And in that deed of trust, there's language that talks about my performance as the buyer. And if I fail to perform, you get the property back. So it's written in the agreements, it's recorded in the agreements. We go through a title company. It's all gone through somebody else's, a third party. And then the deed in lieu of foreclosure, if that is what you want, we're happy to sign that.
I see. Okay.
So in that situation, I'm going to get a little personal on you, but if you're golfing on an island and you're friends with, you guys are golfing, I highly doubt you guys need the $115,000 in cash right now. So most of our sellers who sell to us on seller finance, they look at it and they go, man, if I could get an extra $20,000 for my property plus interest carry, this is a grand slam home run. Where else am I going to put my $115,000 that's going to get me a return? So I think that's more of the conversation of what are you trying to accomplish with this property? Are you trying to get as much out of it, or do you want to, what do you really want? Now, you guys obviously had it vacant for quite a while, and it's kind of nice to just have it as a home base. But essentially, all we're trying to do is turn you into a lender, make you money on your money, and give you a higher purchase price.
So where do you folks make your money then?
We make our money long term. We do three things primarily. We do land development. So here in Phoenix, I've got about 60 houses we're building. I also do a lot of fix and flip. So when I buy from a seller that's in distress, let's say foreclosure or tax lien or whatever, we buy those houses deep enough that I actually can go out and do a fix and flip and make a spread. But long term, we acquire long term assets because one, depreciation is awesome, as you know, and two, we can acquire a lot of properties by utilizing this method. So we're not really paying our daily bills with this. We're building our retirement with this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we want to buy a different house, but we basically, our assets are tied up. That's the thing.
Got it.
Yeah, I've, got probably $80,000, $90,000 in the bank, but the house that I have in Ahwatukee, that's paid for. And my daughter lives there, so I can't get out from under that house. She lives there.
Right.
And I have the house up here on the lake on the island, which is probably $700,000. But
yeah, you live in that.
That's paid for. And
Yeah.
that's here, and we have that as a home base because my wife likes to come. The other assets I have are mainly in deferred accounts.
Right.
And I can't take out as much as I would want to.
Without a tax event.
Well, it's not the tax event so much as it is Medicare Part B.
Got
if
it.
you know anything about that, I mean, that goes up, triples for both of us, and it never comes back down.
Right.
That's a big event for people. So I was trying to get the dollars out of this to have a down payment on a house probably out in Vermont. I'm going to get closer to my son out there. He's got a couple little daughters, and if we were out there closer, we don't have to travel 45 minutes one way to get there when we come down. And, it would be a bigger place, a nicer place than this small condo that we bought just for our son.
What if I could help you find a house on seller finance where you wouldn't need a big down payment?
Well, I want to keep the mortgage payment down until I can get to the place where I don't have to basically fund our daughter.
Oh, got it. You're daddy Warbucks right now.
Exactly. I mean, to big dollars.
I wanted to be in your will, but now I'm not sure. It sounds like she's going to gobble it all up.
Well, it's been, it's longer. We moved her from Ohio. She was in Columbus, and she had a house there that she bought. We didn't really even know much about it. And it's one of those kind of where the interest rates keep going up year after year.
Oh, yeah, adjustable.
So she ran into trouble with that, and I just bought that house. I just bought it, and I held it for, actually rented that down there for 10 or 12 years and just sold that. So we're 71 years old, we're getting old too, and we, that's, we're not interested in having 4 or 5 houses anymore. So anyway.
Well, let me ask you this. It doesn't sound like you guys are going to come over here because you got COVID going on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What if you sold it to us on seller finance with some sort of balloon, something like we base the payment on 30 years, but then you give me only a couple of years to refinance you out or sell the property?
So it would be just a couple of years?
Well, you would be the lender. So I would ask you to have a conversation with your wife or whoever you make decisions with and say, hey, I've got these guys going to pay us not only more money on the purchase price, but they'll also pay us some interest carry. What would we want to accomplish if we went down this road? Right? You're not going to be here. You're probably not going to buy a property here for another year. So you've got some time there. So my thought is, Why not, when you guys come and visit, how long do you guys come and visit?
Well, we usually are there from like November to like April.
Oh, so you're like, this is like your second home.
Well, we were down there last year, when the COVID hit, and so we got stuck down there for months.
Wow.
We didn't come back this year until like June or something.
Damn.
And we just couldn't, so we ended up driving back here. Anyway,
Well, why don't you have a conversation with your wife and think about it and call us before you guys make a decision on the open door offer. I think with us over the term of the loan with us, you would probably end up netting 30 grand, maybe even close to 40 grand more than your current offer.
that's it sounds attractive as long as it isn't real long term. But is there some way that I could get some of the specifics on it that I could read?
Yeah, you can call I can have my real estate attorney or somebody talk to you about it, how it all works, whatever you want. You can talk to my title company. What do you think you would want to talk to, or who would you want to talk to it?
I just want to see the specifics, read the specifics. I can read it and get.
You're talking about how the contract and the agreement looks, or what do you think? Yeah, we can send you an agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, if I could see that and see how it would work, that I can understand that.
Okay. I think
visual.
I get that, and that's not a problem. Most of our sellers come down to a couple of things. One, down payment. Two, how is it structured in terms of how do I protect the seller? And then three, what is the length of the term?
Yeah.
Those are the three things most sellers care about. So there's really nothing fancy about it besides those three things. So what I would do is I'll send you over an agreement. I'll have the team send something over to you, and you and your wife need to have a conversation of what would get you excited about doing a deal like this, and come back to us and say, this is what would get us excited. Can you guys do that? And then we try and work out a deal.
Yeah, I don't, want to make some proposal that, waste your time.
Well, this is something I tell sellers too. I don't, and this will resonate with you. I don't go down to Bank of America and Chase and Wells Fargo and walk in their bank and say, hey, this is what I'm willing to pay for you to give me a loan. And basically I walk in there and I say, hey, what loan terms do you guys have? What are you guys willing to do for me as the borrower? And it's the same thing with you. You become the bank, right? You're the one that's going to bear the interest. You're the one that's going to have the upside, and you're the one that ultimately controls the note. So I can't propose anything to you. You're the bank. You got to propose it to me.
Okay. I don't want to propose something that, would be out of the realm of possibility. So anyway.
Well, you tell me what would get you guys, think about it for a couple of days, and let's touch base maybe on Monday. You tell me what would get you guys excited about doing a deal with us.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, but if I could see some of the specifics.
Of course. Between now and then, we'll send you the agreement, and you can see exactly what it looks like.
Okay, that'd be good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Okay, yeah, I think I gave my email address to Bryce, so if he could send those documents to my email address, that'd be
the email address I see is daddywarbucks@hotmail.com. Just kidding. I see jpuff9@hotmail.com. Is that right?
That's it.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Pace, that guy Michael that you tried to call didn't pick up. I just talked to him and sent him the contract tomorrow. I'm gonna meet him at his place. Yeah.
Is this your first contract?
Yeah. I already have it printed out, but I'm gonna tell Matt to send another one because this one expires today. So he's gonna do one for tomorrow, another one. And I just got a call. There's a third guy there, but it's fine. I'll just follow up with him myself.
Where'd that one come from?
Which one?
The one your first contract.
This one, he's an Italian guy that moved from New York, and he's got a lot of problems. That's why you're back there. He's charged with like 26 felonies or something, but he hasn't been charged yet. He's prone to 26 felonies, but he's only charged with DUI so far.
Wow.
He has 26 pending.
I don't know. He's good to get the lead.
Hey, I need Nick. Oh. I didn't think you guys were in there. That came from what? Batch Driven?
That's driven.
And everybody give Anise a round of applause. Anise is getting his first contract, and he got it from Batch Driven. That's awesome.
Coming soon, there's gonna be a bell right there in the middle.
Yeah. Next to whiskey.
Yeah. January 2nd.
68.
I don't even wanna buy it until then.
Is anybody getting any value from this? It looks like we still have about 400 people watching. You guys want to see Nick or Tino jump on the phone? Both these guys are like, please don't. You gotta love it. You gotta absolutely love doing this. Kelly Hanno, yes, I do see a guy named John C on the list, but what's the story there?
Caroline said that one might be asleep because he's old as dirt.
Oh, really?
Caroline texted. He hasn't called us other than
Guys, if you're getting any value and you want us to continue to do this, then give me some love on Instagram or something. Who is calling me?
You're hard to get a hold of.
I'm so sorry. I called you, but I realized that Cameron put it in my spreadsheet to call you at 2, and I thought it was like 3:40. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. You're fine.
So catch me up to speed with your conversation with you and the team. Cameron.
I just talked to my lawyer today.
Okay.
I sent him all the papers and stuff, but I don't think I had all of the right papers. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm ready to sit down with someone and work out the details and write up some papers.
Okay. Do you want to meet at your attorney's office, or what do you want to do?
He's not taking anyone in right now because of COVID.
Oh, got it. We can do like a Zoom or something. I'm good with that.
I don't know. I don't know about Zoom. I don't have that.
Oh, dang. Well, you can come to my office and we can Zoom with him. What do you want to do? I don't care how you do it. You want to just do the paperwork, or what do you want to do?
Well, he said, let me think.
This is your world. I'm happy to live in it. You tell me what you want to do.
We can do the papers, and then I can send them to him if that's okay.
Of course.
Okay, but this time we can do like all specific and stuff, and that way he can let me know if he wants to change or add or whatever.
Yeah, of course. How's your small house doing down in with your brother? How's your Winnebago going?
Well, I think the bedroom is just about ready. I just have to work on the windows, seal them up good.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to install a toilet and hook up the water. So that'll be good.
Love it.
There's our sink in there, yeah.
I'm gonna come down and have a bonfire at your property with you.
Oh, that would be so fun.
We'll bring the whole team down and have a good time.
My brother has.
I'm gonna make you cook though, and I don't know how easy it's gonna cook in a Winnebago when you're feeding 45 people.
Yeah, well, we might have a bonfire.
Yeah. So remind me of the terms. I remember 185.
Yes.
What were you wanting down? I forget.
Well, I hadn't really said anything because you mentioned like 10.
Yep.
The only problem with that for me is, and I know it works for you really good, but it leaves a lot at the end.
Yep.
That's a big like balloon for you guys.
Well, I'm not worried about the balloon at all. But you tell me what do you want? What gets you excited about doing a deal up front?
What do I want? I think 15 would be good.
Okay, so if we did 15, 185.
And then I'm up for like, have you ever done more than 10 years?
I've done more than 10 years. Yeah, I've done 15, 20 years.
Have you?
What do you want
I
to
was
do?
thinking, I need to do the math, but I'm thinking that if we did, because you mentioned 700
Yep.
as a monthly payment, and that makes sense to me because then you have taxes and
Insurance.
and well, insurance, you know, is not bad. It's like $600 a year.
Yeah, not too bad.
That's not too bad. But I know you have taxes and then upkeep and all that other crap that you have to do.
Right.
But so I was thinking like maybe $750 a month.
Okay.
And then if I do the math, I'll see how much. Like I think I had it worked out once for like a 15-year thing at that price, and it wouldn't leave that much left over.
Okay, cool. That'd be great. If we could do 15 years, that'd make me happy.
That's what I thought it would make you really happy because then you have a lot less at the end.
Let's
But
do.
is that-
Why don't we do 15K down, 15 years, 750 payment?
Yeah, and then if that needs to change for some reason, is that an option?
During the transaction, like after we close escrow,
Yeah,
what would you want to change? Because there's certain parts that can change. There's certain parts that can't.
I might want to shorten up that 15 years.
Why don't we just do it for 10 years with an option to extend to 15 years?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I can't do 15 and then backtrack to 10, but I can do it. I can do it at 10 with an option to extend.
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mechanically, it's easy for us to go, you know, I can plan on a 10-year event, and then at the end of 10 years, you can say, you know what, I just want to be paid out the rest of what I'm owed. That's easy for me mentally, but if I commit to a 15-year event and then you backtrack it on me 5 years, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised, right?
Yeah, and then there's a bigger lump sum.
Right. So why don't we just do the 10 years, 15K down, 750 payment?
Okay. You know, you talked about that in lieu of foreclosure thing.
Yep, that'll be in there too.
Well, the lawyer said it might not be the best thing.
For you?
Yeah,
Why?
because if I do in lieu of foreclosure and there are liens on the property, because obviously I wouldn't do it unless something happened.
Super smart. That's a smart attorney.
Yeah.
Did he have a different suggestion that we should do?
Just to do
Just do it as is.
called something, I forget what it's called. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking about hiring him to do the final like paperwork stuff.
Why don't we do this? Because I've got to pay for the closing costs anyway.
Okay.
Why don't we send over our agreement? I will say in my agreement that I will pay for another couple of hours of his consultation as part of my cost to close escrow.
Okay. Well, he wants $1,500 to do.
Will he do the whole close of escrow, or is that just the consultation?
That's just to write up the papers for
Oh
me.
my gosh, that's so expensive.
It is really expensive, but he said that your papers don't have enough bite in it to protect my interest.
But then why doesn't he just add a couple pieces for like way lower, $1,500? Oh my gosh, what could I do with $1,500?
I know. That's what. Maybe I'll text him and ask him that question.
Yeah.
Just make a few changes. Well, let's send the paperwork,
Okay.
and I'll ask that question with that,
Got it. Okay.
and then that might do better. Because he's all excited about me, like, I don't want to pay him $1,500, but
Ask him if he could actually do the full close of escrow for the $1,500.
Okay. Well, because what does that entail?
So when you and I go close escrow, what that means is that we've got to transfer the ownership, we've got to work on disclosures and a bunch of other documents, and a title company will charge about $700 for that. And then they also, what I do is I always get lender's insurance or a lender's policy because you are my lender. So I get a policy that insures you as the lender. And that costs another $900. So it usually is like $1,700.
Oh, okay, I see.
So he's not going to give the insurance policy. I'll go get the insurance policy after that. So take the $700 off. I still have a $600 fee for a title company. What I don't want to do is pay him $1,500 and then another $600 to an escrow company. Why not just have him do the whole thing?
And it's $1,500,
If possible, that'd be awesome.
and then I would pay part of that.
No, you wouldn't pay any of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to take care of you.
Aren't you sweet?
Well,
And if he makes some changes and stuff to the paperwork that you agree with, then he can go ahead and do all that, right?
right.
Cool. Okay.
Tell him and tell him I don't mind getting on a phone call with him and kind of working out pricing and stuff like that. Whatever we want to do.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah. So you're gonna send me papers with all of the specifics on there.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna forward it to him, and when I do, I'm gonna ask him if he would like to do the full close of escrow for the $1,500.
Yes. And if he says, no, I can't do that, say, well, okay, well then what's your price?
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Oh, are you serious about coming in and having a bonfire?
Yeah, I don't joke about bonfires in Maricopa.
What I was going to tell you is my brother has been making a pile out he's got 10 acres. So he's been making a pile of stuff and he keeps talking about having a bonfire.
I'll bring my daughter and my kids down there. We'll have a blast.
Oh, there's nothing to do really. He has a big mechanic shop and
Yeah, we'd love to come down.
yeah, like tour and check it out. Oh, that would be so fun.
You're going to be my lender. Be friends.
You have to wear a mask though because he freaks out.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'd love to meet your kids.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah, that would be fun. Do you need alcohol?
My wife will, not me though.
Oh, no, not you?
No, usually my wife's the fun one. I'm the boring one.
Does she like the wine?
She likes the wine. How'd you know?
Mash out is elderberry. Oh my God.
Yeah, you got to share it with her. I like it when my wife drinks wine. We end up making babies when that happens. So.
No, you can do that without making babies. You really gotta control yourself here.
That's right.
One more baby. Well, maybe one more year. She's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, she's unbelievable.
She is so beautiful. So when all this is settled and escrow and everything's done, then we're gonna plan that.
Yeah, I'll bring the whole team down. I'll bring all my guys down. We've got about 10 guys in the office. We'll come down. Everybody bring their kids.
And we have to do like barbecue or something?
At least marshmallows. Barbecue would be really smart. Actually, I would love to do a barbecue. This will be our Thanksgiving party. That's what it'll be.
Oh my God, it would be something. I better talk about this.
It'll be our seller, Vicky, selling her house to us on seller finance, becomes our lender, and then also hosts our company Thanksgiving party.
Oh my God, I don't know if I'm good at that or not, but it sounds like funner than
Let's do it. Just tell your attorney he can't come and charge us another $1,500 to hang out at the party.
That's right. He has to come for free. Or at least bring a bottle of wine.
Right.
Or something. Someone should bring steaks or hot dogs.
What we'll do is we'll do like a potluck. We'll tell everybody on my team to bring an individual food item, and we'll come down and have a party at Vicky's house.
Wow, that would be so fun. No, yeah, at my new house.
Yes.
Which is not going to be ready yet, but
But we'll have a bonfire.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a bonfire.
Right.
That sounds like fun.
Cool.
I'll ask him about that. Yay. Okay, then that's the plan.
Okay, I will send you some paperwork, okay?
Yay, yes, that'll be great.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Okay.
I'm excited now. Oh my God.
I'm excited.
You're excited? Did you get a property? Oh,
No, I get it. I am excited because I had a great time with you the other night. You're an amazing person.
oh, thank you. I think you're an amazing person.
Well, you know what? Judge me based on what I bring to the potluck.
Okay, your kids and your wife.
Yeah, that's it. My wife will bring some wine. Actually, I'm not gonna tell my wife, don't bring wine because you're gonna bring her some elderberry. Is that what you call it?
Yes, Manischewitz, and you can drink it right straight out of the bottle. It's so damn good.
Love that.
Oh my God, it's so good. If I can find elderberry, otherwise it's blackberry,
Love it.
which she'll love too. It's really majorly sweet. Does she like that?
Yeah, she's more of a Riesling fan. I don't know what that means.
Mm-mm.
Riesling is that like a sweeter wine?
Yeah, this is like almost like drinking juice. It's so sweet.
Yeah, that's what she's like. She like as long as it tastes like High C or like a Capri Sun, she'll drink wine all day long.
Yeah, that it is so good. I can hardly stand it. And it's got 11% alcohol.
Ooh,
It'll knock you on your butt in a heartbeat.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun. So now we have to think of what we're going to do with all these kids.
We'll bring the trucks, and the kids will sit on the back of the trucks and hang out.
And feed them.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, I'll talk to him about it.
Cool. Thank you, Vicky.
I'll tell him I sold my house today.
Love it.
Ah! Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right,
All right, bye-bye.
bye.
Jeez. Super smooth.
Was it?
Wow.
That's a 0% seller finance deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
0% seller brand new house.
What? In Maricopa?
No, it's in Phoenix, but the house is a brand new manufactured home, 3-bed, 2-bath, super cute. She just wants the price she wants, which is like actually 20 grand below retail. But she is moving into her brother's house in Maricopa because she's going to live inside of a Winnebago. Like she's downsizing and she wants to like live that RV life. So she's like on her brother's property, and then the rest of the time she's out traveling.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's very cool. Normally that would sound like a weird person,
No, she can tell she's sweet.
but this lady's super great. Super great.
The Asian seller that you called first,
Uh-huh.
ARV on it's 195. So we're gonna sell our finance it at 160. So we're like 35 grand below ARV. Or 260. 260 ARV is 260.
All sign as well. Like we're on the phone.
Bro, are we just locking up deals all day long or what? We got Anis is getting his first deal. You're getting that deal from On Country Club. That's a great deal. 0% seller finance. That's a great deal. That's 0% seller finance?
And 35 grand under ARV.
That's pretty good. And the guy hasn't raised his price in
50
10.
grand under ARV too. Is it? Yeah, we're getting for 300. It's 350, 360 ARV.
Wow. All right, so Caroline wants me to call a guy named Kamal. Okay, there's 3 calls left. Who's calling? Nick? Yep. All right, Nick's up. Guys, you guys want to watch Nick do a deal?
Are you already doing it right now?
He's going to.
Yeah. So,
Nick,
what do you guys use? Zillow?
do we use Zillow?
ARV?
I don't comp anything.
Oh.
I know that sounds very weird, but somebody on the team comps it. I don't know how they do it.
So when we're at a phone call, we're just gonna use Zillow.
I don't know. What do you guys use?
Yeah, use Zillow.
Zillow.
Just to get like a reference.
We have access to MLS.
Yeah, we use them all.
Okay, so they use MLS.
Zillow's not bad if you do it the right way. Yeah, I think.
I've got people requesting Nick. Did you guys see all these contracts we're getting?
For the boy. Which one? Small one.
No, I don't. Not today.
All right, Nick's up, guys. Tino's scared, guys.
No, I just got 2 hours of sleep last night.
No, I'm just Tino and Nick are the best. All right, you got 3 calls left, bro. Bro, are you pumped?
I just hope it doesn't get jinxed, you know?
It doesn't. We don't have to on this team.
That was usually.
Bro, I'm just teasing. Chill out. You just got an Asian to sign a contract.
Hey, better question though.
Having fun?
Yes. Better question. So like. if
You always have a question.
Because I want to learn, obviously.
But he's about to start calling home. It's a little hot here. Very hot.
Turn off the AC, it's loud.
It's loud.
Why don't you, Nick, why don't you ask people if anybody has any questions for like 5 minutes while you let this cool down in here?
Okay.
And answer questions for a minute, and then you can make a call. Once it's cool. What's up?
Yo, I'm about to make this call in a couple minutes. Does anybody have any questions that I can help answer? Yo, what up? Anybody got any questions for me? Yo, what up, everyone? Yo, Joseph, hit me up on Instagram. I run the Florida market. It's Nick R. Newling on Instagram. What up? Anybody have any questions? Eden, I'm doing this for about 2 years so far.
Nick is not single, guys. I know what all the girls are asking. Is Nick single? The answer is no, he's not single.
I want to go back to this one.
Liana says, can you call a lead of mine? Sorry, Liana, we're only calling two students for our own personal team stuff.
Red personality, aggressive, right?
You? What was the question?
What's
Oh,
red?
what is red personality according to Pace Morby? A driver. Somebody who wants to be in control all the time. Most entrepreneurs are red. Go back and watch my Steve Trang interview from last year, and I break down yellow, green, blue, and red like for 15 minutes. Man, it got hot here fast. What's your question?
No, okay, so what?
You're gonna tell me that.
Trying to go back to these questions here.
Yeah, only one second.
Jeff, what type of seller leads are you calling? What CRM do you use? So we pull pretty much every list. We're in Florida, Georgia, and Arizona. So pretty much any list, high equity, low equity, pre-foreclosure. So we pretty much market everything under the sun. Joshua, same applies to that question. Pretty much anything that has some motivation, even no motivation, just high equity, absentee owner. Because we also do creative financing, so we can structure any deal. Cameron, what up, bro?
You want to be able to get to a point where you can say, why are you being such a dick? You don't literally say the next day. Man, it's successful. Get on this phone. Come on. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Can you get a copy? How can I help you? If you could have that conversation.
Benjamin, great question. So if the seller's being hostile, that's an aggressive personality type. So I would just be, depending on kind of where you're at. We build a lot of rapport through credibility. And also we're not afraid to kind of bark back at sellers. So it's usually how I.
Everybody stop asking. Nick is not single.
Got camera coming on that too.
Yeah.
Nick's handsome face.
What list should a newbie focus on in Florida?
Knock on doors.
Go knock on doors. Bats driven. Foreclosure. Foreclosure all day long.
Absolutely. You want to target the most pain when you're first starting out. Awesome. You guys want to?
Nick runs our team in
Florida
and
Georgia.
So if there's any, apparently we can't hire any more men in this company. So if there's any ladies that want to work underneath Nick, please reach out to Nick.
Definitely. Nick R. Newling is my Gmail, so you guys can, or my Instagram. You guys can hit me up. You guys ready to hear me make some calls?
Yes. Did that agent sign?
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta go find like 300 grand in cash. Find all these rentals. Usually this time of year. Last year, same thing. It was like we bought October, November, December last year. It was like 17, 18, and 19 finance deals. 3 months. Boom, boom, boom.
Hello, Kamal. Hi, Kamal.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Nick. How are you? My name is Nick.
Yes.
Yeah, I work with Caroline. Did she tell you that someone was going to be calling you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hopefully I didn't catch you at a bad time here.
No, that's fine, but it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So catch me up to speed on where you guys are at with your house on Center Hill. What was the last thing you guys talked about?
What you're asking needed in Center Hill?
Yeah, you have a house on Center Hill, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so where did you and Caroline leave off? Because she had to run to a meeting and she just told me to give you a call. So here I am.
But I do not know. What is it? That house, I have an offer right now, $94,000.
You have an offer for 94?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got it. So 94,000 is that from an investor or is that a retail offer?
No, it's by investor.
From an investor. Okay.
This cash buyer.
Got it. Just curious, why haven't you taken that? Sounds like a pretty good offer.
No, I mean, the price is there. And I sold 655 South Grand. It is behind that Center Hill.
Oh, I see.
You can see the house. I signed the contract already. That 655 you can see online. I said about 140,000.
Wow.
140. Yeah, I see. That area is very growing area.
Got
You
it.
can see maybe within Monday, Tuesday is the closing.
Yeah.
You can see the county record 114. Because next door, they remodel and they sold it for, I think, 350.
Okay. Got it. So
So that area is very growing.
sure. Yeah, I can see that. So what were you hoping to get for Center Hill?
Center Hill, I am expecting somewhere not too much. I'm considering to take that offer, but I want to ask him. He is asking to close on November 6th. I am asking him to close no later than November 2nd. That's the only items I am just talking to him.
Okay. Got it. So it's not so much the number that makes you not want.
The number, and then the honest money deposit, if it's lingering, then I'm asking honest money right now 2,000. But if it's lingering the process till 6th, then I'm asking 5,000 of honest money.
Okay.
That's the issue.
Got it. So what do you think this house would be worth if it was fixed up and sold on the market?
Yeah, that, believe me, with Nick, I respect all the investors. Believe me, I want you to make money.
Oh, yeah.
I do not want everybody to buy a house from me and lose money.
Oh, of course. No, that's not what I'm saying. I was just curious as to what you think the value of the house is fixed up, sold to a realtor.
I do not know because I do the analysis. What I know that it's behind center. You can see it's South Grand.
Got it.
One block behind the South Grand. South Grand, how you know they sold 3-4 houses. The price is 300 plus.
Okay. Got it.
But I do not know on center in what's the going price.
Yeah. Got it.
That is a walking distance, that you can see the house from inside.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Now, I know she talked to you about terms a little bit. I mean, how far did you guys kind of go talking about terms? Did she kind of explain that you'd be walking away with more money?
How do you know what you have? All the terms means to sign a longer term period and get more money?
Yeah, you'd get more money. It's a little bit of a longer term agreement, but at the end of the day, you'd walk away with more money in your pocket.
I do not, and I have a still maybe 5 house to start with. And I cannot afford to keep it, on my book. That much time. I have maybe not 5 years. I have basically another maybe 50 houses next maybe 6 months.
Got it. Okay. So
I want to sign a quick contract and get out and go for the next house. So it's a bunch of inventory I have on my table.
got it. So you're not looking to do terms. You just want a cash offer.
Yeah.
And right now, you said the offer you had was 92.
94.
94.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you want to close in 30 days. They want to close sooner, right?
No, I want to close sooner.
Oh.
They want to close by, I think, October 13th. They're asking.
Got it. So if I can come to you with the same offer, but I can close sooner, what's the next step here?
The next system, only concern is, I basically my policy is I don't want to sign the contract, send the contract to the attorney's office, they start the job, and then it gonna close. That is embarrassing for everyone.
Sure. No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't want that, but main concern is if you same amount, if you put $5,000 down payment, then I see you are serious, you are buying, and I can then I can sign a contract and go for a close.
Got it.
So I want the house we can close, then we can talk about that. But I want to make sure that you sign the contract and close the transaction.
Got it. So I'm definitely serious in making an offer. I like to typically stay away from making offers because I don't want to commit to something that I can't follow through on. But what if this other investor isn't able to put $5,000 down, or have they already done that?
No, I mean, I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
We got the offer yesterday.
Okay.
And this time I'm talking to them, but again, this is the number one house. I'm very quick to negotiate. This is the house. If somebody wants to go, whoever is coming forward, I'll send the contract move on, and they can buy something else.
Got it. So just to kind of recap, $94,000 purchase price, $5,000 earnest money, right? And then close of escrow in 1 week?
Closing, if you can make it on the 2nd, November 2nd, or November 3rd, Wednesday.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm gonna bring all this back to my team and see what they think. Of course, I'm not the only one making the decision here.
I don't want to sign the contract, please, with all the respect, without showing you the house. We have to see the house, then, we have the due diligence is over. And then sign the contract, no issues, everybody's happy, you're comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Sure. Well, you can always send me some pictures and I can take a look before I send you out a contract. But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the picture is not a good idea because we have nobody local here.
I do. Yeah, I'm sure I can find someone to send out there. Sure. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely set something up. Let me talk to my underwriter, see if we can get something, in terms of the numbers. We just want to iron them out. If everything looks good, I can't see why we wouldn't do this. Got it. So how much time are you going to think about this other guy's offer, or are you just waiting for them to come back with that earnest?
No, I am thinking, yes, if I'm signing the contract, I'll give them maybe pending this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll sign the contract on Monday.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll asking them the deposit money.
Yeah.
Monday is the same day, sign the contract early morning.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I have enough time to do a little bit of research and go and inspect the property before we make you an offer. By Sunday. Okay, fair enough. Hey, I'll be in touch with you, okay? All right, thank you. Bye. Light work. Oh, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it.
So what was his deal?
So he just wants us to walk the property first, which is what we can do. Georgia.
So you don't want to sell to anybody that's not property?
Yeah. Wow. This is Mike Tyson right here. I gotta make sure he's good for the next couple of calls.
Throw some water in his face.
So you go for So, yeah.
Are you guys able to hear that?
This is a common thing. I'm on all these lives. Also hotlines. So this is obviously a common question. How do I common profit? You don't. Stop. Don't try to profit. Do a gut check. Someone wants 400 grand. Someone says 400 grand. So I know I gotta have a conversation with the seller to see if they're even open to a little process.
Yo, you guys got any questions?
So
Yeah, TaskRabbit. That's a good idea.
That's close on number. He then calls our disco guy and says, could we sell this?
Yeah, Christoph. So underwriting for us internally is if we have a property that we're looking at, we can generally know what the value is by looking on either PropStream or Zillow. But underwriting is actually reverse engineering the numbers, going based off the ARV, the cost of rehab, commissions, profit for the investor, profit for us. So we just really reverse engineer the ARV to figure out what we can actually pay.
You see people in these lives in the chat.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to hear that seller. I had my volume turned all the way up, but it was a little hard to hear.
You try to accomplish yourself.
Yeah, I had a buyer. Oh, I thought I did myself and everything.
We need like the golf quiet please sign.
Yeah. It's all good. I can work through chaos, bro.
So people go, I never see comps. Like this company is so big over it. We got to hold it to baseball bat. It's you. Your product is the contract. Who's your client?
buyer, right? The guy who's gonna buy the house. So I'm never gonna go make a sneaker. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it for $1 million. I'm gonna go do some market study, figure out what people are buying, right? And then in that process, you're actually gonna talk about what buying you should have a cash buyer, on a first name basis. You should have a cash buyer that you're gonna be in for a while. You go home at night, and you wanna go watch your shoes, and you wanna go eat Thursday. The thing you should be doing is taking a cash buyer to get, you pick your brain, hey, will you look at this number and tell me how you got that? That's the relationship you're missing in your life. I'll give you a couple, you can take it in.
Hello, David.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Nick. How are you? Good. I work with Caroline. Did she tell you that I was going to be calling?
She did.
Awesome. So,
Do you mind if I record this call just so that I trust you anything so my head is kind of spaghetti from almost buying and selling houses, and I like to remember it. Is it okay?
yeah, no worries.
Right, hold on a second.
It becomes a whole entire position. You never talk to buyers. But our typical guys never talk to sellers. Because you can't, at some point, you can't manage it all. But if you're a solopreneur, you can guarantee that every contract you get at least
Awesome. So she told me that you guys were having a conversation about your property at 40th Avenue. Now she had to step away, but she didn't really tell me too much other than you're looking to sell it for $269. Can you kind of catch me up to speed on where you guys were at, where you last left off there?
She told me that I should be coming up with some numbers and ideas to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Got it. So was she thinking terms or cash offer?
I didn't know that there was a cash offer as an option.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say she was thinking terms. I'm open to both options.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we can definitely look into both options. Let's see here.
This is a real life attorney.
So as far as terms, did she explain exactly what we're going to do? I'm not sure if there's a mortgage on it or if it's free and clear. Is there still mortgage?
There is a mortgage on it. I tend to, if I were to sell it for the full price that I was asking, which was $269, which is what the relative came up with, I would walk away. I think it was like 14,000.
Got it. And that's after commissions and everything, right? Can you hear me okay? Okay, got it. Okay, got it. So if it's pretty tight, I mean, I don't see a cash offer working, which is why. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't again see a cash offer working out well, and I think that's why she explained terms to you. So in terms of us coming up with something that worked for you, what were you hoping to get? Because I'm sure she explained that we would take over your payment and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I was still lapsed the mortgage. Then the big question would be the down payment, and that would be really the only thing that we were discussing. So down payment wise, the only one is I've never even heard of this thing before. I would like to get it with $25,000 of it. Because I would have to look at this $25,000 to give me that point. You have to do 0 down here with the VA, but I can't get
Yeah. So we would. So you would net 14,000 with an agent, but you want me to pay you 25,000 down, right? Okay, got it. I mean, for us, typically we want to do a lower down payment, but it sounds like that's pretty much all that's keeping you from moving forward with us. It's just a higher down payment.
Well, it's going to be decent. Those are decisions. The only thing that is going to be completely the thing on the market for a rapid sale, walking rate with zero. Walking rate with zero, so that if I was going to sell here, it's you.
Okay.
It's your company. Okay. So right now, I have a decision to make. I've already paid an offer on the property here. And the decision is, do I sell the house as fast as possible to taking whatever gut wrenching losses I have to, so that I can get access to the VA and we can, or do we do what you guys do? That's what's at the table.
Got it. Okay. So 25,000 down. When were you hoping to close escrow? Have you thought about that?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Okay. As soon as possible. So for us, I mean, as long as title and everything comes back clear, we can probably get you closed out in about 2 weeks. These creative transactions usually work a little bit faster than a typical cash offer. You know, we have a lot of inspections, but yeah, I mean, we can work pretty quick.
Yeah, if I can get 25 grand, then this year, the transfer I need to go 20% down last year, plus whatever I can do, the 25 plus what I have. So it's what happened is that I do I get a VA loan here, I'm getting conventional. I've never had a conventional loan before, so less difficult than 25% down.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what was your overall monthly payment, including taxes and insurance?
It's 1,200.
1,200?
Yeah, I have a ridiculously low interest rate.
Okay. Do you know what it is offhand?
Yeah, it's like 2.2.
2.2. Wow. Okay.
I refinanced the other day and I took on to the lowest interest rate.
Got it. Okay. And then is there any HOA or other fees like that? Okay.
And I think we probably got a place for about 1,800. Probably $2,000.
Got
It's
it.
in very good condition.
Okay. And are you guys living in the house right now or is it being rented?
I have been quasi-rented because of lease agreements and they are in the process of finding alternate living arrangements now.
Okay. Got it. So once we close escrow, I would imagine it'd be delivered vacant, or do we need to do a close possession?
It would be delivered vacant. My understanding is their understanding is that at the end of the month we'll have no water, no cable, and that's very important to them that they have their own Wi-Fi. So,
Of course.
yeah, they understand that this is an expedited thing.
Got it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take all of this to my team, do one final underwriting and make sure the numbers kind of work out for us. If they do, then just so I kind of know what's next, what do you think the next step would be?
I don't understand your question, except for who?
Well, for you and us, right? Moving forward, are we going to send you a purchase agreement? I mean, what would you like to see happen?
Purchase agreement to which I will go to $25,000 for transfer of the payment for this house up here. Sign a new deed.
Awesome.
That's assuming I'm going to get a little bit more background on something because I haven't had enough chance to do that, but I'm going to make sure that you guys can come forward before I do it because I'm going to be looking into that mortgage.
Sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not going to my team and trying to pull some strings for you and you not be ready, but it sounds like you're pretty much ready.
If you are not doing that, if you give me we're going to shake hands, and assuming I know you're going to think that like I'm going to be calls on that mortgage, so we're going to shake hands, and it's going to be done.
Love it.
Now, you've worked with VA loans before, I'm assuming this is all, contact with that.
Yeah, we've worked with VA loans.
Okay, all right.
Got it. What's your email?
DJ Chambers, 1968 at gmail.com.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out there. DJ Chambers at what?
1968
Okay.
at Yandex, YANDEX.com. And if you use that email address for any purpose other than communications, something like background checks or something that raises flags for some reason, I guess probably in this situation.
Yeah.
But I also had at gmail.com, but I never checked that account.
Okay, got it. Yeah, the only thing I'll send you is just a purchase contract.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so I will get those numbers ironed out. And again, if my partners are on board with it, then we'll send you something today, and hopefully we'll be under contract by the end of today.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Lock him up.
2 for 2, baby?
Yeah, bro.
2 for 2.
You got one more? Are those numbers good?
Yeah, I mean, 2.2% interest. Cash flow is like $700. 25K down. I mean, that's the only hiccup. Is 25K down. No, how much was it? We're taking purchase prices.
If there's no balloon, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're keeping this for the life of the loan. 269. Yeah.
Interest?
Yeah, he's at 2.2% interest.
Good.
Yeah. So we'll take that over for
30 years, you guys sit through it?
He just bought another house, so he's relocating. Yo, were you guys able to hear that call? Sorry guys, I know it's a little loud. Hopefully you guys were able to hear at least me talking to the seller. So I guess what I didn't understand is this is a subject to deal. 2.2% interest. Yeah, Craig, we do have construction work going on here. A lot of background noise.
It's good to have it.
Awesome. All right, we got one last call. And it's yours, Bryce.
That's the one with like the possible wrap. I wasn't sure how to restructure it.
Okay.
All the numbers kind of trying to discuss.
Sorry, I'm writing on your notebook.
Dude, come on, man. Blocking the deals. It's either Urban or Cali that are going to answer, and then this is kind of what we talked about. $162,000 in
So this is purchase price?
Yeah. Got
1,200 a year.
And then has tenants in property until June. Property management 10%, but I don't know if they're locked into a contract.
Okay. Love it. That's all I need.
Nice, yeah. You want to send me an email? I'm
gonna automate my business.
And I think I need to talk to this person again. I told him to schedule a call. Email's like that.
That's
Our Dana.
Have you seen the rent rate on this?
Was it?
Have you seen the rent rate on this?
how big the hole is.
It's like 2,200, bro.
I know, so that's what I wasn't sure if there's anything you could do as far as like a route.
What's your name again?
What's the I want?
Oh, he wants. He's asking a little bit under 15 grand under retail, and he wants 20% down. So that's yeah. Let's see. Ooh, bro. It's 80 grand down. I'll call it though.
Just call it and tell them something else.
Oh, no, it's 20% of their equity. Oh, which is 163. Yeah, they have 163 equity and they have 252 on remaining balance.
That's still 32K though.
Yeah.
It's a, I don't want.
It's a little bit better.
It's a clove.
Yeah, that was actually my first.
You cannot even do that anymore. I think it's gonna do $3. Maybe done by the.
500.
Hello?
Hi, Callie.
Yes?
Hey, my name is Nick. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Good. Hey, did Bryce tell you I was going to give you a call?
Yeah, tell me your name again.
Nick? He might have told you Pace was going to reach out to you, right?
He did tell me Pace, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, he had to step out for a meeting, so I'm just covering for him.
Okay.
So would you mind kind of catching me up to speed? He told me what you guys were hoping to do in terms of the purchase price, but where did you guys kind of leave off?
Let me get my husband because I will have to then catch him up.
Okay, no worries.
Hang on just a second. Dan, You just want me to take it? Okay. And then downstairs we have 112 pounders.
Oh, geez.
You can make a sound.
Was it just one? It sounded like there was multiple.
Yeah, no, I have 4 mini minis.
Oh,
But there's
wow.
one that barks. Like, if like anybody moves, he starts barking. He thinks he's like, you know, the king of the roost. And
Jeez.
then we have a 112-pound pit bull
Oh, wow.
downstairs, yeah. And he only makes sounds when it's like important.
Oh, yeah. Most inconvenient times, right?
Oh my gosh, and he would scare anybody out. He'd jump out of your skin when he, you know.
Got it.
He's a scary dude. Okay, so let's talk.
Okay. Erwin didn't.
My husband's still working. He works at home, so he's still
Oh.
working. He's like in a meeting, so.
Sure, no worries. So where did you and Bryce, I'm not sure if he was talking to you mainly or Erwin, where did you guys kind of leave off in terms of us making something happen with this house?
Okay, well, we kind of see, I'll just give you a background. We lived out there, and we had to move back to Texas, so we were only out there a year. And we put our house on the market, and when we put our house on the market, we were at a good time, you know, like May. So the perfect time to put your house on the market. And our toilet upstairs, I don't know what part of it, but it's like, it wouldn't be like the bowl or something you would see, but something in like up under the tile part of it was leaking, and we didn't know it. And so it was leaking, and it was like, it leaked on the, you know, under the tile. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it was leaking, and so downstairs, it happened to be right over our laundry room. And so it was leaking, and it was coming through one of those little air conditioner vents. And so that was allowing it to drip. So it's not like we ever really saw anything dripping. And it was perfect timing. I mean, you can't imagine how it dripped perfectly. And it was dripping into the sink in our laundry room and going down the drain. And so it wasn't until I was standing there and I was folding some laundry, which we never folded laundry in there. We always took it out of there because it was hot. And I said, hey, do we have condensation coming out of this thing? And sure enough, our toilet upstairs was leaking, and the whole thing was rotted. So they had to come, and they had to tear up all the tile, of course, replace the toilet, and, you know, replace everything up there, and replace, you know, the ceiling downstairs had to be replaced. All that had to be replaced. So that took them until, like, you know, I don't even know when, because they had to, like, bring in the little air thingies that dry everything out so there'd be no mold and, you know, all that stuff. So it took forever.
Jeez.
So then that pushed us all the way through summer until it was not the perfect time to put your house on the market. So we had already closed on our house in Texas. And so when this happened, I actually already left with the kids and the dogs and everything. We already came to Texas. My husband was going to stay there to show the house. And so he stayed there through all that, through them fixing everything. And so then it was just like, he just came on and the realtor just like was showing the house because he had stayed there with like a bed.
Yeah.
And so he just, you know, stuck that in a U-Haul and came on, and so it ended up being like November, and so we were like, you know, and so it was not the good time to sell. I mean, not only was it not a good time, but you know, the prices had gone back down from when they were up in the summer, and so we ended up finding somebody who wanted to rent it, and so we rented it, and they rented an 18-month lease. So I think their lease is up in June of 2021.
Got it.
Okay, and then the realtor that was trying to sell our house and then ended up finding these people who wanted to rent it is that's the same company does the manages properties, and so they're managing the property for us.
Oh, okay. So you guys are pretty much hands off.
We're out of state. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's not like we could just run over there and say, oh yeah, the full screen, let me put some of this in it, you know.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so, yeah, so I mean, we had to, you know.
So before we reached out to you, was your plan just to list it on the market once the tenants vacate, or were you guys going to hold on to it longer?
You know, honestly, we were just on a wait and see basis. If they wanted to rent it again, we certainly were happy to rent it again to them. They're paying their mortgage. I mean, not their rent every month. They pay it on time every month. You know, it pays our house payments, so it's kind of an easy, just, you know, and we know it's building some equity for us, so it's no big deal, you know. And so if they wanted to rent again, that would be great. If they don't, then we're going to like sit down and talk about, well, what do you want to do? Now all of a sudden, we don't know why, all of a sudden, we're getting all these like texts and phone calls from people saying, we're interested in buying your house, and we don't know why. I don't know if like, you know, it had to have come off the market for a year or something.
No, it's mainly just because the market's doing pretty well right now. You know,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're kind of just at a peak. There's not a whole lot of inventory. I mean, we're still able to buy 10 houses a month, but you know, there's just not too much out there. So investors are calling.
I know that everybody and their dog is leaving California, and you know, Arizona's right there. So I would think that would probably be making a lot of demand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean, I know the people right next door to us just, what are we in October? They moved in August, and they came from California. People directly across from them moved in September, and they came from California.
Got it. Yeah, everybody seems to be moving here, huh?
Well, and both houses were on the market 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Bryce told me you guys kind of talked about terms, you know, creative finance, where we would be taking over your payment. How did you guys feel about that? You and your husband talked about it yet?
Just in passing, because right now you've got a monster from hell week. He works from home, and I know you're probably 4 o'clock, right? It's 7 o'clock here, and he's still working from home doing meetings right now.
Wow.
I don't really understand what he does, but he works like all over the world, and so he could be talking with somebody like, you know, in India or something. I don't know. But I mean, he's right now, he's been working like, you know, 18-hour days and stuff. So he's had, you know, like the last 3 weeks have just been somehow for him.
Yeah.
He's been just overloaded with work. And that's how his job goes, though. He'll have overloaded, and then he has to like justify his job because he has nothing, you know. And then they're going, you know, you're billable time, you know.
Yeah.
And so we really haven't had the time to talk, because when he comes in here, I'll start talking to him, and I'll be like, you're snoring. You know, put your CPAP on, you're snoring, I'm boring you. So I don't know how we totally feel, and I'm just trying to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Because I've never really heard of terms before. The way that the guy described it to me, basically we would be becoming the bank, and y'all figured out, I think we figured out we have 160 or something like that, $1,000 in equity.
Okay.
Y'all would give a certain percentage of that. I think he said 30 or 40% of that equity you would give us as a down payment. And then we would determine from there what payment amount you would make to us, depending on how many years, just like a bank would do.
Yeah.
You know, all of that. And we would agree on those numbers. And then at the end, it's essentially a balloon payment.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spoke to the underwriter yet about what the numbers actually look like. So that could be something that works for us. But I mean, mainly I know you and your husband haven't really discussed whether or not this is even an option. So the last thing I want to do is talk to you about terms and we structure something out and he's just totally not on board with it.
Now, when I have talked to him, it's not that he's totally not on board with it. I know that. It's not that neither of us are totally on board with it.
Sure.
Because me really honestly expected to be carrying 2 houses at one time.
Yeah.
Because when we got married, we carried 2 houses for a little while, and neither of us were really totally comfortable with it. Not that either of our credit scores could handle it, or that either of our, or his, I don't work, so not that his income can't handle it, but it's just a comfort level there, you know?
Yeah.
You know, what if my kid got sick and suddenly I have to pay like, $50,000 in, medical bills or whatever, there's always that comfort level of, oh my God, what if,
Have you guys thought about doing like a cash out refi where you pull out all of your equity, buy something closer to where you guys are at in Texas?
Yeah, but I don't think you can't take out if you refi, you still own it, right?
Well, the mortgage would still be in your name, but you'd pull out all of your equity. That way you don't have $163,000 sitting in, in equity there. Because I think that the challenge is, because I understand you still have a mortgage. I think you said your payments are about all in about.
What? Wait, say that again?
Yeah, Bryce told me you have a mortgage in place and your payments are about $1,900, right?
Yeah, 1905 and some change or something like that.
Got it. So the challenge is that I don't know if I can rent this for more than $2,200. So it's a little tight for me.
That's what we're renting. I think it's $2,250 or something like that.
Yeah. So I can't see how I can take over those terms and then pay you out on your equity every single month. Do you kind of see where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think a great option would be for you guys to pull out all of your equity and buy something closer to you. That way you guys don't have to pay a property management company.
Wouldn't we still own that one and have to pay a refinance?
Well, no, you'd just be pulling out your equity and you'd refinance the loan so it'd still be in your name, but that way you get to pull out all of your equity. So you wouldn't own the house. We would actually buy the house from you with the new loan in place.
Would we still be involved in that?
Well, just the financing. I mean, you guys don't have to do anything with the financing, but that would stay in place. We would just make you a payment every single month as we normally would with these kind of deals.
And what would happen if y'all quit paying?
Well, I mean, we do put an agreement in place that kind of protects you if that happens, and that's kind of pretty much what we would do is we would put that in an agreement. But we do own a little bit over 120 rentals. And, if we were abducted by aliens or something, all we'd have to do is put in the agreement, they get the property back.
That we would get the property back?
Yeah. So you guys get a house that's been paid down.
So you can refinance and get 100% of your equity?
Well, I'm not sure how that.
I thought you could only get like 80% of your equity or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person going to refinance. I would imagine it varies.
Yeah, I mean, do you know anybody that does 100%?
Yeah, it's usually about 90.
90? Do you know anybody that does a 90?
Yeah, we do.
You do? Okay. Okay. Well, then let me talk to my husband about that, because that's also an option. And then, well, I don't know how much the payment would then be. Because then, I don't know, with the payment would probably go up, wouldn't it? Because then the balance is higher, isn't it?
Well, the balance would be higher, but you'd get,
It gets spread back out.
yes, it would be spread back out and you'd get a different interest rate. So,
Yeah,
but
and
the payments on that
lower,
loan,
'cause the interest rates have gone way down, so it's probably lower.
so it's probably the best time to be doing that.
Yeah. That might be a really good way to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
And have you done a market analysis on it?
No, I haven't actually. I have an underwriter that typically does that for me. I just get on the phone with sellers and kind of explain the whole process of how we buy.
Okay. Do you have no idea if the number we've even talked about is fair either way?
Well, from what I heard, he didn't break down the number exactly, but I mean, I'm still reaching out to you here, so I do think the number that you're looking for works for us. Just mainly getting on the phone and talking about terms.
$50,000 in equity and not aware.
I'm sorry?
I could also be giving you $50,000 in equity and I'm not even aware.
Oh, got it. I mean, I can definitely run the comparables on it, and I have no problem sharing that with you.
Okay. If you have that information at your disposal, that would be nice.
Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me, but I can get with the underwriter and, I can maybe call you back or have Bryce call you back. And
so let me talk to him because I didn't know about the idea of getting like 90% of our equity and then refinancing and doing it that way. That would certainly make me, because, like I said, we have another house here and I have this thing about PMI. I don't do PMI. Well, because we were trying to close on this house and it was in another state and we weren't here and all of that. And I just had to take, kind of just what we had in our checking account to put as a down payment because, we just had to have what cash we had on hand. So I had to, just, like I said, just put down what we had on hand. So I just put $30,000 down. And so I didn't have the 20% down. So we're paying PMI, so it really ticks me off. So I want to, put some more down on our house here with the PMI.
yeah,
That would be nice.
absolutely.
I'm just kind of like saving pennies over here to like chunk a bunch out and say, take that PMI off here.
Yeah, I really do think that would be the best option for you.
That would be really nice.
Absolutely, and I can help you with all that, the whole process. But have a conversation with your husband, and then when do you think I should call you back here?
Call me back. Well, you could have worked on Sunday. Call me back on Monday because he's going to the World Series on Saturday, so the boys are going to be like totally like World Series out.
Yeah, so Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll make sure I give you a call back on Monday.
Okay, that'd be awesome because that'll give me Sunday to talk to him.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Okay. And tell me your name again.
Nick?
Nick. Okay, great. Thank you, Nick.
All right. Thank you. It was nice talking with you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You too.
When I asked you to call,
you did something.
You did something right. It was a great call.
Thank you.
Really good call. Really good call. What's your? You talked to her the whole time working out a deal. Wait, what's your name? So good. So good. And the lad, bro. Hey, find somebody that closes more than we do. Tell them go live. See you later.